Dan Rubenstein, we are live. Welcome, one, welcome all.
How we doing?
We're doing okay. We finally had a close game.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of games so far that have not been close at all, but as you can see up on the screen on the right-hand side here, 22-19, Georgia wins out over Texas.
Buddy.
In overtime.
Slugfest.
Yeah.
It was, I'm going to have to go back and watch it closer. I mean, I watched every snap, but I felt like I missed things, and I can't believe the back and forth. I can't believe the opportunities Texas had in the first half, just in terms of how much easier it was for them to move the ball in the first half than it was for Georgia. And they put up 6. They had 6 points to show for it. I'm just like, I don't think that's good enough. I don't think that's just going to be, when you have the opportunities against Georgia, as flawed as they are this season, you got to make good on them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was their shot. You got to be up 13-6 or 13-3 or something like that at the half.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So here's the way this is going to work.
Yes, please.
We're going to be monitoring the Big Ten championship game.
Yes.
We are broadcasting right now across Twitter, across YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and we're working on TikTok right now. There's some voodoo. Some voodoo is
you're getting in on the stream key.
Some voodoo
weirdness.
Is associated with the whole TikTok thing. So
what's the issue? We have people watching. Maybe they can help us. What's the issue?
They definitely cannot help you with this, I promise.
Oh.
But throughout the course of the game, we are going to have several screens that we pop up. Of course, now we've got the score. Before you hear the game that just concluded, that's the Texas-Georgia game. We're also going to be flashing up, notably the Penn State-Oregon game. I've got my retro Penn State gear. Is that an Oregon shirt that you've got? It is. Okay. It needs to be. So at least you passed the assignment.
Yeah.
We're also, going to be monitoring the Clemson SMU ACC game. And we are going to be, of course, taking close tabs on what goes down in the Sun Belt game here and there. We will also do our part to read your messages and have a grand old time here over the next, 3 hours or so. They're kicking this one off maybe a little bit late because the first game ran a little bit over, but appreciate having you here with us. Let us know if there are any technical difficulties. We had some circumstances like the last time we did this where I was softer than you or you were softer than me, that type of thing.
Yeah, let us know if our audio levels seem balanced-ish.
If there's anything going on that front, let us know. Along the way, we may bring some of our favorite guests and friends on. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Got a long evening in front of us.
Indeed. Do you want to see? I'm not going to wear a hat, but I have an Oregon hat behind me. It's been behind me most of the season.
I'd like to see it.
I haven't seen this hat anywhere ever. I bought it at a Nike outlet in Gilroy, California, which is the garlic capital of America.
Gilroy,
California. It is the garlic capital.
Great.
And they have a Nike outlet there. I bought it in 1997 or something, long before I had made my verbal and written commitment to the University of Oregon. And never seen it anywhere, never seen it on eBay or anything like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Let me know if my audio sounds better out there, everybody. I heard it's
fuzzy.
A touch soft. Oh, I like that.
You see that? It's pretty cool.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
All right, Oregon's running out.
All righty. We are off. So, how are you feeling about this game, Dan? I mean, we've done our previews at this point. We, I think, are kind of well established that you're going Oregon, I'm going Penn State, in part because we have to. Because one is my alma mater, the other is yours. It's the least we can do. But have you heard anything throughout the course of the day that has changed your mind one way or another? I heard that it's about 65-35 in favor of Penn Staters there, which shouldn't come as any surprise. It's a lot closer to Penn State.
No, nothing. I mean, anytime I see footage of Abdul Carter, that sort of makes me think for an extra second. I don't like watching that as an Oregon fan. I love to watch that as a college football fan.
Yeah. No, this is true. This is absolutely true.
Has anything scared you today about Oregon or Penn State, the more you've thought about it and let it sort of fester in the Ty Hildenbrandt brain jacuzzi?
Well, it's made me feel better that the games that we've seen so far have sort of gone against pretty much most of my analysis, right? So,
well, if we could get a Tulane Iowa State Bowl to decide once and for all,
yeah,
who you can pick incorrectly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And you didn't just get those picks wrong. You got them.
I got them very, very wrong, to say the least. We got the teams running out. The other thing that we will do is throughout the course of the night, as CBS, as others out on Twitter, we can't broadcast the game. We do not have the budget to broadcast the game. But what we can do is we can play some of the highlights that we see floating across social media. So for those of you enjoying the second screen experience, we'll do our part to, at the very least, put some of those highlights up on the screen for you so that you can pay attention to what's going on.
By the way, championship night for Jenny Dell and Laura Rutledge, wardrobe-wise. Jenny Dell going with the glitz.
Okay.
And Laura Rutledge going with like mint green velvet. That if you put question marks on her jacket, she would look almost exactly like the Riddler. I don't know if you noticed that in the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
She went big on mint. Shout out Paul, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Paul with the super comment. Go Dogs. This round's on me regardless of who wins the Solid Verb Bowl. Shout out Paul. Long time.
I like it. I like it. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank
How
you,
we doing over there in PA? Do you have a drink?
Okay.
Do you have a drink next to you?
I got a big old water bottle. We'll see how the first half goes, and we'll play it from there. Can somebody go out to TikTok and tell me if this is live out on TikTok?
Oh, I don't have TikTok on my phone anymore.
Somebody go out and check for me and then report back. I'm doing my part here, but I can't view it on the screen, so that's making it a little bit harder to understand.
All right, do you watch TikTok like other than
working.
4?
All right, guys.
Okay,
let me know. Thank
working.
you. Hello, TikTok. Thank you for joining. It is great to have you. We got a bunch of people tuning in on TikTok as well. So, all right, cool. It's good. Thank you. Cohen Vian 12. We're
What's
good.
good?
He says, bro. I say, bro, back to you. Okay. We are up and running. They are showing a picture of Tyler Warren looking a little bit like a pro wrestler with like the slicked longer hair, but also the studious glasses look.
Yes.
Which I don't hate.
No.
I don't hate. Hopefully, they find a way to get him involved in this game. Because my suspicion is that
if they don't get him involved, then the whole game plan's done.
It's a problem. It's a real problem if they don't get him involved.
He'll be involved. They just snap it to him when they feel like he doesn't have it enough.
Here is the deal. Penn State's going to be kicking off first. They're doing this weird sort of like fly-in thing with the spider cam where it was kind of coming in on an angle like it was.
I saw that. Should we time out?
It was banking.
Should we make sure we're synced?
I don't think we're ever going to be synced.
Well, should we at least try to start?
We could try. We could try.
Just tell me when you see kick contact.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet, but when
number
toe meets leather.
3, 2, toe meets leather.
Toe meets leather. Okay, we're like a second apart.
Close enough.
We're good.
We will be doing some live betting throughout the course of this game. When that happens, Dan, I don't know if you got the sound at the ready. I have this at the ready. It's going to pop up just in a menacing fashion in the lower right-hand side of the screen.
You?
There it is. Look at that guy in the lower
Oh, no.
right.
What did I do last time? Yeah.
I think it was that one. What's first play from scrimmage for Oregon here, Dan?
Little play action dump off.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I got to see what personnel grouping they're in, but
Oregon going with a
tight end in.
Black uni with
they're called the Green Goblin.
Green Goblin. I totally get it. Nice run
there
by
we go.
Jordan James.
Quick 8.5 yards.
9-ish yard gain.
How's Abdul Carter against the run? I feel like he's good.
Abdul Carter, I mean, there's a reason he figures to be maybe the first overall pick.
Oh, they're going tempo. I think he's going to get that first down.
Let us know your hometowns if you are out there watching. We've got a number of you who are joining. The way this thing is going to work, the way they all work, the longer we go, the more people show up. So yeah. It'll be good to have you here with us. Let us know your hometowns. We'll do our best to put those on the screen. For some of you watching, depending where you're watching, we might not be able to put them up on the screen, but I'm going to do my part to make sure that we represent everybody who is watching.
Another 6. Macungie, PA. Did I pronounce that right?
Macungie.
Macungie.
I used to work in Macungie, PA, Dan.
Yeah? I once knew a girl in Macungie.
I did. I knew many.
Brag much, Ty.
That's right.
All right. I see Clemson kicking up top, by the way, on my TV above.
Okay.
SMU and their beautiful blues, the Royal Blues. What's up, Plain City, Ohio? They're just running right at Penn State.
Okay.
They're just giving themselves second. This is what we talked about a little bit. If Oregon gets you in 2nd and 3 consistently, they become very difficult. I guess any team becomes more difficult, but especially difficult. All right, here's a lighter. Four wide. Tez Johnson. Ooh.
It's a good start for Oregon so far.
Valley, Alabama via Monterey. Shout out Monterey and the big aquarium.
Is there a big aquarium in Monterey?
There is.
Okay.
So Oregon's going a little bit of tempo early. 20 seconds left in the clock. So this is definitely a scripted moment. Good tackle from number 4. Who's 4? Harris?
Yes, AJ Harris. Sorry.
Georgia transfer?
Georgia transfer. Sorry, I'm monitoring my 17 screens here at the moment to make sure that we're good to go.
This is what happens when we don't have a producer.
No
Ty's
producer.
wearing one hat visibly, but he's got 2 or 3 as well. Shout out Louisville. Shout out Evansville. Big college basketball upset, right? They beat Kentucky.
I saw that.
No, I don't know if it was yesterday or today. I'm saying in the last 2 or 3 years.
There's a guy. Where'd it go? There's a guy.
2nd and 7. So the Oregon's going heavier sets.
Heavier sets.
Bad tackling from Penn State. Should be a first down.
Mask. Got a face mask there. So for those of you watching, just a little bit more context for what you're seeing on your screen here on the right-hand side.
Did SMU just throw a pick? Oh, we have
a turnover.
We've got a fumble.
We have a fumble.
Strip sack. Yeah.
TJ Parker. So the screen on the right-hand side is going to be a little bit ahead of our broadcast. And depending on where it is you're watching or how you're watching, it may or may not be a little bit in front of your stream. So if that's the case, we apologize. I've tried everything to try and stop that from happening. I can't figure out how. So we're just going to roll with this. I'm going to try not to look at that screen so that it doesn't spoil the surprise here.
Could we on that screen put like a number of orcas swimming in a fjord? Because that way you get orcas and you don't get any spoilers.
We could try.
Okay.
We could try. All right.
We love fjorkas. All right. So Oregon on the Penn State. Oh, we got.
There we go. There's the Oregon of old with a little oop-de-oop.
It was a direct snap to their backup running back, who honestly, he's okay. Noah Whittington. It was really Sadiq did not set the edge. Backup tight end, the number 2 tight end, who I like a lot. But that was a great play by whoever's on that edge for Penn State.
Folks, we are about to see something happen.
2nd and 15. I'm not looking. I'm watching the screen. We've got a hurry up and look at me.
We are about to see something happen.
I will react to it authentically. Here we go. Dylan Gabriel. Looks like, oh my God. Oh my God. That's Sadiq.
Sadiq did not set the edge, but he leapt over a Penn State defender. Woo! It's about to be 7-0 here.
Triple Deke, Ty. Adam Banks.
In the blink of an eye.
Sadiq.
A 9-play, 84-yard drive. Took 4 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock.
Oh, my God. I hope somebody's going to have an incredible. So we got the wheel, and here it goes. Whoop! Oh, man. Oh, they're in for maybe going for 2. No, come on in and kick. By the way, Ty, just commenters weighing in.
It's true. Not a sponsor could be. Yeah. Wow, that was a little bit too quick. We do have a touchdown in the Clemson game. It is a 35-yard touchdown pass from Cade Klubnik to Bryant Westco Jr. Looks like it was about a 2-play
Oh, wow,
drive.
that was quick.
First play was at least scored as a negative 2-yard rush for Klubnik. I don't know if it was a sack.
I'm watching the play now.
Very next play.
Klubnik. Oh, was it a run? Oh, no, it was a little pop passy. Somebody is... Oh, my God, look how open.
Yeah, he sort of ran out to his right-hander, rolls out to the left-hand side, sort of throws on the short leg to a wide-open wide receiver, Wesco, who has grown into that offense and given them a little bit more of a vertical threat this year. And just like that, with 13:35 at present, 85 seconds into the game, Clemson up 7-0.
All right, so we got a couple quick scores. Genuinely, those types of plays that Clemson just scored on, that's like 93% hit rate of, well, the right tackle was a little bit too far downfield.
That's right.
That is genuinely, I say, awesome play by the offensive line to simply not be downfield. Asterisk, if they weren't.
I wanted to bring this up, Dan.
Yeah.
While we're at the commercial of the Penn State Oregon game here, this one from Otis. What up, Otis? If Clemson destroys SMU, they are done so. So I don't know if that's the case, okay? The committee has kind of laid the groundwork for a circumstance in which they could move SMU, even though they have said for a long time now that playing in a conference title game, you won't necessarily be punished if you lose that game. They did sort of lay the groundwork with regard to SMU in the interview that they gave in this most recent set of rankings.
Yeah.
That there might be some wiggle room on that. And this is something that we've been talking about now on the show for a bit, wondering what's going to happen if, in fact, this ends up being a runaway train in favor of Clemson. SMU just tried to reverse pass, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who took the pitch and threw the pass, I am not kidding. He attempted it because they attempt it 98% of the time.
Yeah.
98% of the time.
Threw it in and hit the equipment carts.
It hit the He was just a bit outside, tried the corner and missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Romello Brinson is his name. It was not a good throw. More to come.
And he wasn't even a surprise lefty either.
No, that's the best.
All right, so this is a CBS game. We're getting a lot of MacGyver. Not MacGyver. Matlock.
Damn near another pick. Another turnover, I should say, for SMU. Kevin Jennings tries to load up and throw over the middle. Did not. I guess he tried to kind of layer that over.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a Clemson linebacker or safety who crept up, but wasn't able to layer it, just kind of put too much zip on it. And now SMU is going to have to punt again. Clemson's going to get the ball back. Shade inside 13 minutes. And we're back now with the Oregon game. Oregon up 7-0. Got about 10.5 left in the first quarter. A lot of ball game left. We'll see what Penn State does in their first possession. I am expecting a little oop-de-oop on the first possession from Penn State. I don't know if that involves...
I love that you use that phrase. You're the only person I know that uses that phrase.
I believe that was in Varsity Blues, was it not?
That makes sense.
I think we're going to see a little oop-de-oop here. And I don't know if that involves Tyler Warren. I don't know if that involves Bo Prabula.
Tyler Warren split top of the formation.
Yep.
4 wide.
That was a scripted pass to the edge, I guess to the flats for Nick Singleton. About a 4-yard completion. That was something that I called out in the preview. I think they're going to have to do a lot of that if they want to win this game.
You think they can nickel and dime Oregon?
No, I don't think they can nickel and, I don't think they can nickel and dime Oregon, but
okay.
I think Singleton is the home run hitter.
Okay. Here we go. Warren in a quarterback snap too. And a fumble. God forbid you play your quarterback at quarterback. Dumb.
So it was one of those deals where it's sort of like a wildcat situation. Tyler Warren takes the snap, and they showed the replay. Nick Singleton has his elbow out and is trying to give like a big spot in the breadbasket for the ball. And in doing so, because the snap was a little bit late, he elbows the ball out of Tyler Warren's hands.
Even odds this goes to Tyler Warren.
3rd and 5 now from the
Tyler Warren lined up. Looks like Muhammad. We talked about this. There it is.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see how they scheme Tyler Warren open or try to scheme him open, try to use him. I mean, they've already used him in a little bit of a gimmick setup. This is what I was talking about with Nick Singleton, Dan.
Yep. No, that's a great run. Safety pushes him out at the 20.
The thing
that's
about...
what I'm talking about, the linebackers.
Yeah, the thing about Singleton this year, I mean, Singleton had an okay year. It's better than the year he had in 2023. And I've been hoping for more of these types of explosion plays.
So 5 is Kobe Savage, the safety who missed that in run support. Needed a better angle. Kansas State transfer.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a bigger set here for Penn State near the red zone.
Yep.
Oregon showing some pressure, bringing some pressure. No.
Pass over the middle to Liam Clifford, broken up. Had some zip on that ball, Dan. Wes asks this question. It's definitely something that's been bouncing around in my head. Do we think Andy Kotelnicki is leaving? Andy Kotelnicki reportedly going to interview with West Virginia. I would be surprised if he left this year. My hunch is that there will be bigger jobs open next year. So for sure, take your time and do some interviews, see what it's like, get the flavor. But I think there are going to be better jobs available next season.
Got a nice little check down for 5 or 6. I don't think Oregon thinks they're passing here. They brought in their run thumper at linebacker. We'll see. Oh. Aller flushed.
Okay.
Throws it away. That was the thumper who closed in on him. Bryce Betcher, the baseball player.
The thumper.
The thumper.
So Penn State's coming out for a field goal here. Is she wearing my hat?
No, but it's same
brand.
Same family of hats.
47, not a sponsor, could be. And you can see from the screen on the right-hand side, it's about to be a 33-yard field goal from Ryan Barker.
Is he a good kicker? You like him?
He wasn't the kicker at the start of the year.
Okay.
The kicker at the start of the year was a local guy who had trouble last year when they brought him in. He got benched in favor of someone else. They started him this year, and he couldn't stop missing kicks. And so they brought Ryan Barker in, and he's been pretty solid. So thus far, yeah, he hasn't really given much reason for concern. As a Penn State alum, as somebody rooting for Penn State in this game, I am heartened by the fact that they got some points on this first drive, that they moved the ball. Where the rubber meets the road now is obviously as we get into, the non-scripted plays. And as the game tends to change, this is when we see what it's all about.
Well, the Oregon touchdown was not scripted. Well, it was a hurry up and look at me play. They were running tempo, and then they lined up. Will Stein looked at the defense and said, okay, here's the play. And they had the wheel route.
Yeah.
But that, may have been an option in the script. But
so I've got it up here on the old TikTok. This is the screen that they give me to monitor what's happening.
And what's happening?
We've got a bunch of people joining, a bunch of people watching. If you're out there, let me know hometowns. And in here, let me know more hometowns. I want to know hometowns.
Please.
want to give you guys a call out wherever you are in the world. We appreciate
touchdown
you.
Clemson.
Wow.
Jake Brenningstool.
Let's flash that one
reception.
up on the screen.
Oh,
it's about to be 14-zip in favor of Clemson, as you can see now on the right-hand side.
Oh, no. And Rhett Lashley is wearing the Ryan Day style, like, varsity jacket.
Oh, no. Oh, no. (14-zip Clemson, man. Woo! What does the score need to be to bounce SMU from the playoff?
Whatever it might be, it's getting there. I don't know. If they lose 38-3,
man. All right, so let's do hometowns.
But it's still
here.
like you're still saying like, okay, SMU at 11-2. They go through their regular season power conference with an 11-1 record.
Yeah.
And we're going to hold it against them that in their 13th game, they lost potentially in embarrassing fashion. And Tennessee and Alabama and Indiana aren't even playing, aren't even asked to do this. Didn't even, I don't know. Rubs me the wrong way. Even still.
Shout out to Brandon watching on the talk in Aurora, Illinois.
Nice.
I don't know if this is real, but if North Pole, Alaska is in the house, you're the big winner on this stream tonight.
Yeah.
Corey in Manhattan, Kansas, Little Apple, Will, PSU alum down in Hotlanta.
You got Kale in Fort Wayne, Joe in Knoxville.
Nathan, we've got, what else we got here? Silver Spring, Maryland. Eugene. What up, Heath? Enjoy the game.
By the way, question for you, Tyler. Do you agree with 4th and 4 kicking it there?
I kind of do, actually.
Okay, field goals typically don't beat Oregon unless you feel, if you feel like it's going to go the way of the Wisconsin game or something, you got to take points. But
field goals don't beat Oregon, but I want to take the points. I want to take the points because I think my biggest fear is, as somebody rooting for Penn State in this game, is that Oregon with their offense, with as explosive as it is, and some of my own misgivings about the Penn State offense and how it just feels like they leave meat on the bone. I don't want them to get in too big of a hole. You go for it there, you don't get it. Suddenly, it's getting out of hand.
Noah Whittington, man.
Backup running back, Noah Whittington.
Backup run. He's got good speed. He's actually a bigger play running back. Actually, if the backup is better than the starter, I think the third string guy for Oregon. Shout out to Juan Riggs.
Yeah.
That's my guy. That's nice vision, right?
Yeah.
There we go. And I think number 99 has already missed 2 big tackles. 99, 98 for Penn State. He's missed 2. He missed one. I don't know if it was Whittington or James earlier. And they're just going right at him, Ty. Ooh, big hit.
I got nothing is the handle, but it's Matt from Flower Mound, Texas. Hello, Matt. Thank you for watching us. Appreciate it.
Shout out Flower Mound. We got Pittsburgh in the house. Yep. Iowa City, Ramsey, New Jersey.
Hood River, Oregon. You know where Hood River is? That looks like a friendly pup. David, what kind of a dog is that? Let us know.
A little hound of some kind, it looks like.
I like that.
Hood River's a nice area.
All right, we got a 2nd and 2.
2nd and short. Get the Les Miles toss sweep for half a yard.
Yeah. So thus far, if you're playing along at home, Oregon has run the ball 9 times.
Thrown it
3 times. I say that just as it flips over to 4. We'll wait to see what happens on this play before we commentate on that further.
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Ooh, play action. Somebody's wide open, and they didn't throw to the wide open guy.
It was a pass tipped at the line.
Yep, I don't love passes tipped. They're going for it on 4th. there was a receiver who was going. I didn't know if he was just a clear out or
it was ruled intended for Patrick Herbert.
Oh no, he wasn't open. Okay. Yeah, it was intended for Patrick Herbert. And he was wide open. Somebody in the comments, RIP Chalamet. Chalamet took Texas. Chalamet may have also taken SMU. All right, 4th and 1. And it's there. Oh, and we got a flag.
Got some laundry coming in. It does look like SMU is moving the ball at least a little bit here now.
So it's either a hold or some kind of hands to the face.
Face mask on Penn State.
Face mask. That's Penn State. 30 free yards.
That's a killer.
Yep.
But it's the right call. And to be honest, if he doesn't grab the face mask, he probably goes for a few more yards than just one.
Yeah.
So
he's probably only getting 4. But
right.
Woo! So Oregon at the Penn State 24. Got a bunch set. Abdul Carter, a non-factor, he says. And Dylan Gabriel hit as he throws. Okay. Here's a quick weigh-in here. Ty did not lock up SMU this week. Ty locked up the Green Wave of Tulane as the not just lock of the week.
It was lock of the year. Yeah.
There's another first down for Oregon.
Yeah, it was lock of the year.
Lock of the year. You know what? I think I got in your head with my Notre Dame destroying Navy Army confidence earlier.
No, I jotted it down even before. We have a touchdown SMU to report.
Oh, good. This game's moving quickly.
These games are moving quick, man. That's a Kevin Jennings 24-yard rush.
I'm watching now. It was just Kevin Jennings right, and he was untouched.
Kevin Jennings right is exactly what that was.
All right, we've got Oregon, some wider splits. Dylan Gabriel looking at end zone. Tez Johnson for 7 more.
That was a nice run for Kevin Jennings. So it's good for SMU to get back in this thing because
we had 2 pullers.
Yeah, 2 pullers.
Oh, that was really, and he was patient behind the tight end coming across. Very nice.
If you go back and watch all of SMU's games this year, and you get to see Kevin Jennings just play after play after play after play after play since he took over during the BYU game.
What stood out?
It's just that they use him so creatively, and they don't use him the same way each game. It's clear that he's got something like this in the quiver if he wants to be more of a runner. He's really good. They always use him outside the pocket. They move the pocket really, really well. He throws particularly well on the run. He's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I'm just, I've watched my fair amount of SMU just kind of in passing this year, but most of the time we're monitoring 16 games at once. When you go back through and you could focus just on one guy on one team, 10 games, whatever it is, it's striking to me how they have used him in a really creative way.
Touchdown, Oregon.
Another touchdown for your boy, Sadiq. This time it is a 2-yard touchdown pass from Dylan Gabriel. He is wide open.
And that was it. This is worrisome territory for Oregon just because of some of the receivers he's missed and the interceptions he threw earlier on in the season. They've been better, but against a defense like Penn State's, even with this lead, always going to worry.
Look, it's concerning because Penn State's calling card has been defense, and thus far, 2 drives, they've given up 129 yards, and they haven't really shown a whole lot of bite. They got that stop on 3rd and 1, but Oregon went for it and got it easily. Didn't get it easily, but got the face mask call against Penn State.
Right.
The messages are already coming in on my friend thread.
How are they feeling?
Asking if Ted Roof was hired and nobody knew about it.
Uh-huh.
There's a little bit of a leaky roof feel to this. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's what happens when your program builds a reputation against Maryland and Michigan State and Purdue and Indiana. You just never know. Maybe the defense is good, but then you play Ole Miss and you give up 38 or 40 or whatever.
Send a shout out to Pythagoras' other theorem. watching on TikTok. Hello, who's
By the
trying
way, have you seen this Apple commercial that's airing right now?
the Apple Intelligence one? No. You're
No, the
talking about
AirPods one.
the AirPods one. No, I haven't seen this. This looks like a Vision Pro one.
No, this is the one that's airing for me is about apparently a hard of hearing dad, and it's just like his little girl. Like I can't even talk about it. I'm just like on the verge.
You go in Waterworks? Okay.
Oh my god! The first time I saw it, I was just like, I need a minute or two. Okay. I'm a big old softy in my late 30s, early 40s.
Give a shout out to Nick watching on Facebook. Says, Ty, this isn't going well. Nick, what's up, Nick? How you doing? It really isn't. We got to see what happens on this drive, though. This drive is pivotal. True. Because if all the drives are like those 2 Oregon drives, it's about to be 21 to something. Hopefully it's not 21 to 3 because then this game's over. Then you and I are going to have to vamp for like 3 hours, Dan, while the world goes down. I wanted to give a shout out here to this guy, Super Trooper.
I mean, Brent Pry might be available in the next year or two.
He says, in your opinion, what is the Texas problem? Is Quinn Ewers not a big game quarterback? Is Sark not a big game coach? Or should we just believe Georgia is good, even though they have showed us they are not great? This is a fabulous question, and I jotted this down on my note sheet because immediately following this, I guess not immediately, but at midnight Eastern, we're going to do our reaction stream to everything that transpired in Week 15. So if you're up and about and awake, hang out on YouTube with us. We'll kind of do our reaction to the whole lot of games that are going on right now and over the last 2 days. But this is something that I think is near and dear to your heart, this question right here.
Of course.
How do you feel about this?
All of the above. I don't know. Quinn Ewers, he beat Alabama at Alabama last year. So you can't say that 100%. He's not a big game quarterback, but there have been instances repeatedly of him struggling to meet the moment and making errors at the worst possible time. And I think he tightens up a little bit. I think Sark tightens up a little bit. We saw last year in the second half against Washington, and I understand why he sort of went away from the run, but they were running well, but also fumbling. Yeah, I mean, their season's not over. They're going to the college football playoff.
That's right.
So there's something to be said about having the opportunity to correct their issues. But yeah, Georgia, there's that winning is a skill thing again with Georgia. Finding a way. And they found a way with Gunnar Stockton. Yep. It wasn't that good. I mean, he was fine, and then he threw an almost back-breaking pick.
Yeah.
All right, we got Drew Aller playing quarterback instead of Tyler Warren.
Okay.
It's an improvement. Oregon. So a little RPO action. So now this is Tyshim Johnson, it looked like, making the play against Tyler Warren.
We got somebody on TikTok saying the problem with Texas today is that Bert Auburn, the pride and joy of Flower Mound, Texas.
That's true.
Missed 2 field goals.
Up tempo, going deep for Tyler Warren, and he drops it.
A rare drop.
Who is he match? He had him wide open. He was Johnson again.
Who's number 5 for Oregon?
No, Savage, a safety. Yeah.
Just went through his hands, but he had him.
Yeah.
Man.
Got a little too excited, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2nd and 10. Penn State territory. Oh, we got a flag. Probably got a false start.
This is the energy I'm here for right here, Michael saying. Going 50-1 on Arizona State National Championship lock of the year. I love the energy. I don't know if that's going to happen, but who am I? Who am I to say what's going to happen at this point? ASU's got more momentum than just about everybody. They're playing like crazy. Nice win today. Blew the doors off of Iowa State. I was thinking towards the end of that game, I wonder if ASU doesn't steal that bye from Boise State.
I mean, Boise State won convincingly.
They did. They absolutely did.
I just don't know, like, if two teams win convincingly and I mean, obviously Iowa State is a more impressive opponent than UNLV in this spot, but UNLV is a good team.
Yeah, they were ranked.
All right, see Mateo lined up. Well, ooh. All right, we got 3rd and 14 coming. Pass broken up. Muhammad. So I now have the scoreboard on our stream blocked, and I can see you.
Yeah.
But I don't see the next plays.
Okay. That's
accidentally.
probably for the best. Probably for the best. Well, wait a second here. It's 3rd and 15 right now.
3rd and 15. There's Jordan Birch on the edge.
Nice throw.
There we go. Who's 6? Wallace.
That is Trey Wallace, correct.
It's a nice throw.
Let me flip over here. This was sent in by somebody who says things are going great for Penn State. Let's see if this shows up. You can see the highlight. Oh, look at that. Shield your eyes, Dan. Can you see that on our screen?
See what?
The highlight that I am showing.
Oh, no. I was blocking. Oh, we got a puke?
We do have a puke. I will flip that off.
Nice.
That's how you know.
Tempo.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. All right, Penn State, 2nd and 9, 50-yard line. Out of the gun. We got Tyler Warren splitting the slot out to the right. Play action. Seem to Tyler Warren, they just can't cover the big white guy, Dan.
No, they cannot. That's okay. Nobody's been able to that successfully. That was a nice play. Or he's got to figure out what their tactic is going to be.
28-yard
He's getting free releases, too. I don't know what I mean, he's going to body up anybody, so I don't know what you do.
Touchdown.
Wow. So Oregon's defense is not looking great up the middle right now. That's where Penn State is making their hay.
That was a really nice bounce back performance there from Penn State.
Yes.
And on that note, we should call out another touchdown for Bryant Westcoat Jr.
That's pretty. That's a really pretty play. And Oregon's middle is a lot of green grass.
We got 14-10 in favor of Oregon, over Penn State. And as I said it, 21-7, as you can see on the screen now, in favor of Clemson. They just got a 43-yard touchdown pass.
Clemson did?
From Cade Klubnik to Bryant Westcoat Jr. That's going to need to be a shootout if you're an SMU fan. Because what seems apparent thus far is that they don't have much of an answer for that Clemson offense.
I don't think number 5 is the solution for Tyler Warren for Oregon. Yeah. A touchdown that Clemson didn't deserve, according to LK.
Didn't deserve?
According to LK.
Okay.
You see this on the screen?
My ASU predict. Thank Jeremy. I would send you a few shekels if I could. So, what Jeremy
drop your Venmo in the chat, Jeremy.
Yeah, what Jeremy is referring to is back in the day, I predicted Arizona State to go to the playoff one of those years, and my recollection is the only two people that I could find, because I searched for other people who were in on ASU. The only two people who were as in on ASU were me and Kirk Herbstreit. And at the time, I was like, hey, if Herbie's saying it.
Well, what if Herbie was just like, if Ty's saying it?
Well, I hope for his sake he wasn't.
Right.
But alas, yes, ASU did not go to the playoff that year. It was a horrible prediction. But thank you, Jeremy, for reminding me of that. That makes me feel good. I appreciate that. Both games are commercial right now.
By the way, ASU's season is why you fire Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
Like, the right guy can win there. We've seen it.
We have.
And Herm Edwards is not that. I mean, Herm Edwards recruited a Heisman winner, Jaden Daniels. He recruited all sorts of really good players for other teams. Ricky Pearsall and Johnny Wilson.
That's right.
The running back who ended up at Ohio State and playing linebacker. Good players. A lot of different places ended up. But Kenny Dillingham's another level. Brandon Ayuk, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
all
he
right, so
stayed at ASU.
Here's the, I'm going to hide that comment, Dan. Here is the touchdown to Bryant Westcott.
Oh, let's take a look.
Over in the Clemson game.
All right. A lot of time. Clean pocket. Oh, that's just bad tackling.
Bad tackling. Threw it on a rope, though. Look, right here. Had a clean pocket. Threw it on a rope in between two defenders. Got a little bit of a boost from the SMU defender.
By the way,
21-7.
Drew Aller has been very clean. Offensive line doing a nice job against very good pass rushers, inside and out.
Yeah.
Oregon.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's a nice bounce back effort, and I'm at least
very much so.
I'm at least thrilled at this point. I know we've got a long way to go. We're about a quarter into this thing, but I'm at least happy that this isn't any kind of blowout thus far. It feels like it could get there. Okay, it feels like it could get there, but we'll see. So we got a flag coming up here. This is unnecessary roughness on Penn State.
Oh, Penn State. Oregon doesn't need free yards. Don't do this to yourself.
No.
Just lock in.
Yeah, I mean, this is the comment here. Don't think Penn State can keep up the pace. That's kind of how it feels, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see.
By the way, as I look this up from Bill Connolly's team profile, Penn State, heading into this game, the 80th place team in yards per successful dropback, and looking much better than that early.
Yeah.
Downfield. Ooh, another knockdown pass.
Tip pass.
Ended for Whittington.
Yeah. When you got a 5'9" quarterback, that happens.
Where's the... Oh.
Off the screen. It's an interesting call.
2nd and 10.
Ooh.
Ooh, wide open. Ooh. Tez. About 20.
Kyle says, howdy, fellas. Howdy, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Who do you think Tennessee's playing in the first round? Will us not playing at home cost us that game?
They've been a different team away from home. Most are.
I think in all of the projections that we have done and that I've seen other people do, Tennessee would be on the road.
Oh, we got a sack. Dude, that was all Abdul Carter. I mean, it looked like he wasn't offside, but that changed the complexion of the offensive line. Watch this. Woo! He's so good.
Got held, too.
He made Gabriel step in and
made him step into.
Yeah.
Made him step up.
Clemson interception.
Man. That might be it, man.
2nd and 12, Oregon.
Oh, it was a really bad interception, too.
I'm watching now.
It was a really bad one.
He's like flushed out and hopeless. Oh,
yeah, that's
not like that, dude.
That's a panic pick.
Good pressure from Clemson.
That's a panic pick.
End of the first quarter.
You know, I called that out when we did our preview. I was concerned about that pass rush. And I guess my reason for solace was it seems as if they're reviewing it. I think that's going to stand, isn't it?
Reviewing it for what?
Potentially hitting the ground. I can't tell if the ball hit the ground.
Oh, let's see.
I think he got his arms under it.
I think that's a pick.
I was worried about that pass rush. What gave me, I think, some encouragement was the fact that Kevin Jennings is good with his legs. They can move the point of attack, right? They can kind of slide the pocket whichever way. They can use him in the running game. It's not like you're rushing a statue back there, right? It's not like you're rushing, not to say Quinn Ewers is a statue, but he's certainly more of a statue than Kevin Jennings. It's different.
There was a little bit of like the white of the ball rolling.
Okay.
That's why they're zoomed in.
Okay.
I don't know if it's so obvious if it was ruled. No, the ruling on the field was incomplete. Okay. That's a little bit different. First down. Clemson pick. Call reversed. So do you have no audio for the game here?
I have no audio. No, I have no audio. Let me put this up on the screen here. This is from the social feeds.
Please.
I don't have audio of this either, but I just think this is pretty funny. Adam Spencer tweets out, as Kirby absolutely rips Greg Sankey for Georgia's schedule, the cameraman pans over to Sankey's priceless reaction. It's just a deadpan look. A deadpan look. Look at this.
From SMU.
I don't have the audio. I'm not actually hearing it, but Kirby's pointing in his direction, apparently ripping them for the scheduling. And then you'll see it here when it flips back.
See, you see Laura Rutledge's jacket?
I like it.
Very Riddlery.
Yeah. Anyway.
I didn't see Sankey. Okay.
Well, you got to watch. Here, I'll put it back up.
I'm seeing Kirby.
Yep. Okay, so they do the wide shot here.
There's wide.
Okay, now watch. Just the slow pan over to Greg Sankey.
Yeah. I was
kind of doesn't know where to look and then just turns and looks on the other side.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. That's a unique find right there.
Look, Greg Sankey is very valuable to the SEC. Kirby Smart is also very valuable to the SEC.
Yes, exactly.
Not much you could say for Greg Sankey.
No. And I'll flip this up here while the game is at commercial. This is from the official Penn State football account. This is that hurdle that we were all kind of reacting to earlier. Sadiq's first touchdown, I believe.
Yes.
He's not quite Jeremiah Love, but he's a lot bigger. And so, watch this.
He
Whoop!
is
Right over him.
So ridiculous. I got a text from a buddy there, a Michigan fan, best hurdle he had seen live in person. And then the next text is from my friend David. Didn't realize Caitlin Olsen was a duck. Makes me like her and them even more. I'm like, all right. So David likes Caitlin Olsen.
There you go.
All right, 2nd and 12. Start of the second quarter. Pretty fun first quarter. Oh, wide open. Mortez. Down to the Penn State 6. This is why, when he went down the first play against Michigan,
yeah,
I was like, they're going to need him in January. If it was like a collarbone. It was apparently something better than a collarbone for Oregon.
Yeah.
Because he was only out about 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, they've been having a lot of luck out of the slot. I mean,
yeah. All right.
You saw they ran it really effectively on those first 2 drives. In particular, the first drive. There was a little bit more passing the second time.
Yeah.
But now they're kind of playing off of that, right? To the point of how everything is connected and is part of a cohesive game plan and whatnot.
Right.
They're able to play off of that. They're able to go a little play action, or at least if you're not faking a handoff, at least set up like you're going to be running. And then they're hitting somebody coming down the seam out of the slot. They've done that effectively on both sides of the field now, the last 2 drives.
All right, nobody puking right now in the end zone. There's Sadiq.
2nd and goal for Oregon. They go quarterback run with Dylan Gabriel. He is tripped up.
Nothing. Lost about a half a yard.
By Kobe King. 41.
And more importantly, no face mask from Penn State there.
That's correct.
In a crucial running situation.
Gabriel's slippery, man. I think he's a
very good runner. He's a good runner.
He's a better runner than people realize.
And he can sort of hide behind that line a little bit.
Yeah, he's a good runner. You know, he's had bouts here and there with injury throughout the course of his career, and I understand why. He's not a big guy, but when he's healthy and when he's got a supporting cast around him, he's pretty damn good.
I don't know if Sadiq is on the field right now. Touchdown.
Wow.
Ferguson.
Terrence Ferguson, 4-yard touchdown, about to be 21-10. Might oddly have a shootout here, Dan.
So he just sort of, and he just sat. Nice timing. Looked like he was the second or third read from Dylan Gabriel.
So, you know, this is something that you brought up when we did our preview. This is almost exactly what you brought up when we did our preview.
Talk to me.
Your concern was just if you're a Penn State fan and if you want to win the Big Ten championship, if the pass rush doesn't get home, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And what we have seen out of Oregon, first off, is the passes are really quick. They're not running any of these long developing routes. It's a lot of like one read stuff, 1, 2, 3, pop, right? They're not giving the Penn State pass rush much of a chance to get in there and change the rhythm of the passing attack. And secondly, those passes are just killing them. They're killing them. They're putting Penn State's defense in a position where they're not really able to play aggressively, because of how they're moving the football. So it is not going well for the Penn State defense so far. 21 points to Oregon with 13:04 left in the second quarter.
Correct. Dylan Gabriel, if you look at the stats right here, is averaging over 10 yards per attempt, has a rating of 265.
That's okay.
Drew Aller having a very nice game as well. But yeah, Dylan Gabriel competing 82% of his passes, and they have, I think, largely, if not all of them, have been downfield.
Yeah.
This is a fun one so far.
Yeah.
But you can also notice the two top receivers for Penn State, who've both been very good, running back and tight end.
That's right.
Receivers have not made plays yet, for the most part.
We do have a clip of this touchdown for anybody who wants to see it. My assumption is most people are watching it, but this is going to be your touchdown to Ferguson. And again, it's just quick. It's quick stuff. It's just tight end hanging out. Not much to it. You can run that play if you want to in college football 25. It's like a little stick route or something.
Mm-hmm. Sitting. I believe he is, as of last week or the week before, Terrence Ferguson, the all-time Oregon tight end touchdown leader.
Okay.
He's been around for a while.
Terrence Ferguson. 21-10. By the way, Clemson driving again, Dan. Start of the second quarter. They've got the ball about the 25-yard line right now. And they're doing the thing that I talked to you about. The one thing that gave me some concern coming into this game, and that was they've got receivers that they have developed now out wide. And they're not doing that much creatively with them, but they are sending them on go.
Yeah.
And they have gotten better throughout the course of the season at throwing that back shoulder style underthrow, right? And they have done pretty well with it. And they've been using that to great effect here. Now, they tried to throw that, I believe, to TJ Moore. They did not get it, but attempted a field goal, kind of chunked it a bit right. So SMU gets off the field without going deeper into a hole.
Good for them. By the way, there's 15 minutes left in the second quarter. SMU has a high-octane enough offense to do what they want if they can get a couple stops.
That's right. That's right.
We're not talking about Iowa. Can't go down 10, 13 points. SMU can go down.
Yeah.
By the way, the interesting thing last week against Washington for this Oregon team, Dylan Gabriel, another very strong game last week for Oregon.
Sure.
When I'll continue after this play. We got Bo Perbula.
We have a Bo spotting.
Great. So Drew Aller's going to do nothing. 10 on 11. And nice first down run. when Dante Moore came in garbage time,
Yeah.
and you saw the ball, how you saw how the ball came off of his hand as compared to Dylan Gabriel, you're like, oh shit, if this guy's good, they're going to be even better.
Yeah.
If he's good.
Right.
Launched off of Dante Moore's hand. Like effortless. If he's good, they'll be real good. Not that they're already not, but what do we have here?
We have an unnecessary roughness.
So you got another 15 free yards for Oregon?
It's just extremely problematic that they keep giving free yardage.
Yep. How many 15-yard penalties is that? 4?
It's been at least 3.
No, it's the unnecessary roughness on the kickoff, 2 face masks,
Let me see. I can zoom
and
down
a personal
here.
foul right there.
Where's our penalty yardage?
And a false start.
5 for 63 yards so far.
Oh, they got some pressure, and he's throwing it out of bounds. All right, that's good coverage, too.
All right, we've got news here from Zach, who says we have a kickoff in the Kibbe Dome. Depending on how these games go, this could end up being a Lehigh stream, just FYI.
I went to
FYI.
a high school basketball game with a friend of a friend last night, a friend and his friend, and he told me he played lacrosse at Lehigh. And I was like, oh, big game tomorrow night. And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, I got to explain this.
Yeah.
Up, little shovel, nothing doing. That was Tysheem Johnson, the Ole Miss transfer.
So here you go. This is sort of the moment, isn't it?
So this is, Jaden Moore in there, off of one side. Good tackle. This is Gary Bryant, USC transfer back to return for Oregon. Receiver. Decent big play potential. Fair catch. All right, commenters, how are we feeling going into commercial?
Yeah, how we feeling here?
When are you going to start wagering? You have a lean on this drive for Oregon?
Not yet. We're not doing it yet.
Okay.
I mean, my lean is touchdown Oregon. Why would I bet anything other than touchdown Oregon at this point?
Yeah.
But no, we'll see. We'll see. We're waiting a little bit.
Was this a team that struggled up the middle against the pass during the regular season?
Struggled up the middle?
Like in the way that Tez Johnson has sort of eaten?
No, not like this.
Okay.
Not like this. But, I'm not going to pretend that they've played a bunch of electric offenses. They haven't.
True.
It's been a really good defense. The pass rush is well documented at this point. But to say that, they haven't been playing a whole lot of Oregons, let's put it that way. They played Ohio State and they held them down fairly well. But if you look up and down Penn State's schedule, the next best offense might be USC.
True.
I mean, I guess you could make a case for Minnesota, but that's not what I think of first when I think of Minnesota. David says, I'm feeling like Franklin is our coach, so I already know what the outcome will be. Another David, during the regular season, Penn State wasn't handing out free personal fouls continuously. This is true. Tailgates and turnovers, what up? I'm feeling like I want to end it all because I'm still installing floors in my basement and it's 9 p.m. Ouch. Apologies.
Live Boricua. I don't know if you just had that Puerto Rico commercial.
I don't have the audio.
Oh.
A 53-yard field goal attempt from SMU, a bit short.
I got a text from West Coast Kevin. Lanning, I said, how you feeling right now? Because he was not feeling great. He says, defense is lost. Giving up 3rd and 15 is atrocious. 0 pass rush. This is what it's like to be an Oregon fan, by the way. Number 1 team in the country. Miserable. Still think the defense can play better. Lanning a genius for dialing up these personal fouls. Blitz has been domestic, as in not exotic.
So
thanks, Kevin.
I'm wondering if the move for me is to change my apparel here.
Oh, some Oregon stuff.
try and
Get on the winning.
No. I got this. I don't know if you can see it.
I like it.
State of Saquon.
Is he still having a great year for the Eagles?
He's having a really good year. Hold on. I'm going to put this thing on. Give me a second.
Jumping over dudes. By the way, as Ty changes, I made cheesesteaks tonight to honor the opponent. And the cheesesteak is sitting in the old tum-tum. But look at this bad boy. Woo! Woo! Homemade hoagie roll. Woo! Yeah, it's sitting like a brick.
All right.
All right, Oregon taking over.
We'll see if a change of apparel can help.
Up. Well, dropped swing pass.
Okay. Already having some effect, perhaps.
A drop swing pass.
That's right.
Little Noel Mazzone action.
Take whatever we can get, man.
Noel Mazzone? I don't remember. Remember when he was the ASU offensive coordinator under, I think, Todd Graham? And he was just like, yeah, fire up another swing, brothers. With, it might have been Osweiler, I think.
Yep.
All right. Not paying attention to the tracker on the screen. I can see you in your Saquon hoodie.
Yep. We're going to see if this has
a heavier set for Oregon on 2nd and 10.
Saquon hoodie already starting to pay some dividends here.
You got 3rd in California coming up here.
3rd in California. Okay. Woo. Yeah, it's going to get toasty in here, but listen, if this is what it takes to get back on the straight and narrow, I'm going to have to roll with it.
That was a really nice play. Whoever number 99 is. He's Mr. Face Mask, but that was a great swim move. Stop.
We got a 3rd and 13
from the Penn State, from the Oregon 27.
We got a little bit more Dan Lanning stubble going on for this one. You notice that?
Roll out. They're not going to get it.
All right, big
should
stop.
See a punt here.
Big stop.
Some Ross James action, Ty. As we go over 2,000-ish viewers. Did you wake up feeling anything this morning?
Did I wake up feeling anything this morning?
Did you just simply feel cheesy or like some sort of superlative?
I did not feel the cheesiest this morning.
Oh. But you had a good night's sleep, you told me.
I slept like the dead last night. Yeah.
Great.
No, I felt good. And I did do a bit of a coffee nap here this afternoon.
By the way, Penn State is not gonna suffer a fake punt there.
No.
Just had like 8 dudes staring.
That's right.
Middle of the field. All right.
They're not dealing with that shit.
Penn State gonna start this drive from their own 8?
Yep.
Got a text in from my sister-in-law. What's with Oregon's uniforms? Or what's with Oregon's bottoms? I feel like some are short shorts. They're really, the scattabooization of this sport.
Yeah.
Is something I'm paying close attention to.
We had a Clemson fumble recovered by Clemson. Getting a little loose in this game. Not going to lie. We had a missed field goal from Clemson, then a missed field goal, a shorted field goal from SMU. Now, Clemson's got the ball back. They just fumbled, but they recovered. By the way, for those of you interested in such things, let me pull this up.
What do you have for me?
0-0 Lehigh and Idaho, Dan.
Oh, and the Kibby?
Kibby Dome.
The Kib?
2nd and goal, though, for the Vandals. As you can see here, they have been moving the ball swimmingly thus far.
What looks like a big play for Luke Yoder on the ground.
Yeah.
By the way, while you were getting changed, I posted this, Ty.
Was that your cheesesteak or mine?
No, this is mine.
Okay.
That's tonight. Home baked bread. Here's the top view.
Wow.
Cooper
good.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Very good. But it's sitting like a boulder in my stomach right now. Too aggressive with a long night of work. What are you going to do?
Joey wants to know if I were a college football commissioner, would I outlaw the scatter pants?
That's what I sent her.
I don't think so.
That's what I sent my sister-in-law.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
You're a fan? Or it's just not a big deal to you?
Not a big deal to me. Touchdown, Idaho. About to be 7-0.
We got Clemson midfield. Pass broken up on 3rd and 7. Looks like SMU will likely get the ball back. All right. Some juice to the Stangs.
A bit of juice. Could have been an interception there.
Yep. Here's, by the way, the scattabooization. This wasn't today, I don't believe. But those aren't pants.
No, those are shorts.
Those are not breeches. Those are bike shorts.
Those are bike shorts, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, man.
That works for. It's obviously working for him. He's Heisman-esque.
Yep.
All right.
Big drive coming up here for Penn State. 10:22 left, 1st and 10, deep inside their own territory.
Thrown out of it, and a drop. A little pressure there from, I don't know if it was number 55, whoever that was from Oregon. Was it Harmon?
Had a pass intended for Nick Singleton a little bit too far out in front of him. He had Katron Allen set up in front, maybe to block. Kind of a swingy-ish pass out to the flat.
Under
I don't hate
pressure.
the play call, but the pressure definitely upset the rhythm of it. Penn State deep in their own territory. And that is not a good throw.
Dante Manning. So Oregon's going to start this drive from what looks to be the 1-yard line. 1 second, Ty. I got to take care of something. Woo! Hold on. What is that you want to? Woo! I'm sorry. If there's a woo, baby.
So let's see what happened on this interception. Thrown just a little bit early.
It rolled off of the receiver's back, it looked like, right into Dante Manning.
Yeah, Khalil Dinkins was the intended target.
It's a former 5-star corner who hasn't he's not a starter for Oregon. Yeah, he's down about the 1. He's I think he's the number 3 cornerback. He's the first corner off the bench.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if it was a bad throw per se. I think the receiver just didn't get around in time. And
That's
there's a touchdown.
Oregon.
Jordan James, 1-yard score, 28-10. Things are getting a little bit out of hand here, Dan.
So,
out of hand.
When I jokingly said 55-10.
Well, a lot of game left, but
no.
Penn State
Gary Danielson just said something incorrect. That's okay.
What did he say?
He said their edge rusher was in at fullback. It's just a guy with the same number.
Okay. Might need to take this hat back. Put on my solid verbal hat and see if that makes any difference.
I just texted Jeff Schwartz to see how he's feeling.
Does Jeff want to come on the stream?
Sure, I'll send him a link. I don't know if we're going to lose Penn State people if it becomes too Oregon-ish. Jeff says, good, I think.
Okay. I mean, they're up 28-10.
It's a long game, Ty. How's your hydration right now?
I started at 32 ounces.
Yeah.
I'm down to about 24 here.
I need a refill.
So I'm pacing myself actually quite well if I go 8 ounces per quarter. But now suddenly it's gotten way hotter in here because I'm wearing a hooded sweatshirt.
That's true.
So, might be depleting the reserves a little quicker. You know, I feel like SMU's moving the ball on Clemson. It just got off to such a rocky start. All right. We got 10 minutes left in this Penn State game.
All
Penn
right.
State's going to need a scoring drive here.
So they're going big again. 2 running backs. Is that Allen? Yeah.
3-yard rush for Katron Allen.
3 yards. So we've got a rotation linebacker in and Justin Jacobs. Oregon
The
going
guy from,
fresh
that's the
legs.
guy from Iowa, right?
Yeah, he lost his starting job this year, but he's played a bunch.
Okay.
You got Devin Jackson in there as well, rotation back. Very fast linebacker.
Tyler Warren back in at quarterback.
Nico Reed, Tuioti, Burchin. Oh, double pass. Birch closing in.
There was that oop-de-oop.
So they snap it. So it's Warren to
Drew Aller.
Oh, surprise lefty, Tyler Warren.
Yeah, no, he's I mean, he's not a surprise lefty.
Not
for me
anymore.
At this point, but
yeah.
Is Lanning going playoff beard?
I hope so. I like that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of backups in on defense for Oregon.
That's got to be pass
Late
interference
flag?
or
There it is.
defensive holding or something. He
Yeah.
looks like he got held.
The thumper. No, 24 is not Betcher. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of turned him a little
That
bit.
dude does not play a lot at all.
No.
I think he's a junior college.
Why are there so many backups in?
I don't know. I think they're trying to play a lot of guys. Stay fresh, especially if you're up 18.
Yeah.
Still a bunch of rotation guys in right now.
Going with the old Georgia tactics, right? That's what they did at Georgia when Lanning was there.
Everybody, but I think the corners rotated in a bunch. So this is why you should see a successful Penn State drive. What that means, I don't know. I mean, still a bunch of starters in there, but
That's
Lopa, Devin Jackson.
24-yard run for Katron Allen, which I will say is a sight for sore eyes because
And they're going tempo.
Katron hasn't had a whole lot of explosion plays this year.
Checking down. This is the secondary. Who's 3? I don't even have to look up some of these guys.
Yeah.
Brandon Johnson's a starter or a pseudo starter. It's the nickel.
Nice little stiff arm from Katron.
Nice play.
Yeah.
Oregon covering downfield well, though. Another check down.
It'd be helpful to get 7 here if you're Penn State. You just can't go more in a hole.
Play action, looking long.
Oh, he almost caught it, but we got a little bit of a panic situation going on for Aller right now.
Throwing that up to double coverage.
We've seen him do that 3 times so far where he's on the run. He doesn't have a chance to set his feet. And instead of minimizing risk and either throwing it away or trying to run for 3 yards, he just heaves it up that time into quasi double coverage.
Yeah.
He's lucky that Trey Wallace got a hand on it. Otherwise, that's another pick.
Yeah,
and that would have been a backbreaker.
Tyshim Johnson. Yep. 3rd and 4. 4 down territory is right, Gary Danielson.
That's a nice run from Nick Singleton.
Very nice.
I do worry a little bit, just to continue the conversation. I do worry a little bit if we're going to see that out of Aller. I mean, obviously, it's problematic if he's potentially turning the football over, but we saw a situation in that Minnesota game, if you recall. I think you called it out in our preview episode, actually, where he does tend to run a little hot, and it seems like he just wants to make the play out there.
Well, they've fully abandoned the run. They're putting it all in the back of Drew Aller for the most part.
Well, they've gotten 2 big runs on this drive.
I know.
From Singleton, from Katron. That's a nice play from Oregon.
That's Betcher, the thumper, the baseball player. Eugene, Oregon
Is that
native.
his nickname, the Thumper?
No, I just call him that.
Okay.
He's a 2-down linebacker.
When you played Little League baseball, did you have a bat named the Thumper?
No.
We had a bat called the Thumper. It was the big bat in Eastern Pennsylvania. It was a gold bat and it said Thumper on it.
Oh, it was a brand.
I think it might have been a Louisville Slugger brand. I'm not sure, but there was a brand. It was a style, a model known as the Thumper, and everybody liked it.
I also didn't play Little League baseball. I stopped when I was like 10.
Touchdown.
Tyler's got a man.
Penn State. That's my guy, Omari Evans, Dan. I told you about him.
I know it. I was on Nico Reed. Very nice throw.
Listen, a nice bounce back. This could end up going really south for Penn State because they have yet to outside of that one drive where they got to stop. It's not like they're doing a whole lot to curtail Oregon, but at least we're seeing, I think, a better offensive output out of Penn State.
Sure.
In the early part of this game than we had against a team like Ohio State at a minimum, right?
I agree.
Joe says he's expecting you to drop a joke about Ty's thumper.
It's none of my business how your thumper is, Ty.
Yeah, no, this is true. All right. Was a nice throw. I mean,
nice play. It's great.
You need to stop, you need to score, and you need to go into halftime. And then you need to get the ball. I mean, that's where you're at if you're a Penn Stater. You need to stop here, though. So we've got mixed reviews, I think, on the Saquon hoodie. Because
really?
Well, no, I'm just saying in terms of the football game, not in terms of the style. I don't know what people think of this. I like it.
So this is they're talking about the gravity, by the way. This is interesting on the broadcast. The Tyler Warren gravity. All eyes on him.
Right. That's what I said in the preview, man. That's what I said in the preview. If you could find ways to get matchups that everyone's looking at Warren or people are keen on the run. I mean, they went to the run a few times on that possession. That's how a guy like Omari Evans gets open down the field. But no, I put this on.
Yeah.
There was that interception that led to the 1-yard touchdown from Jordan James. So that wasn't a good start. But then they get the ball back and they march down the field and they score the touchdown. Got to see how this drive goes. But if I have to, I'll go shirtless. I'm not suggesting I want to, but we're going to keep trying a wardrobe change until we find something that works. Now, they're showing a picture right now on the broadcast of the Drew Aller hair situation. There's a lot of Luke Altmaier in that.
Got 2 backs in. Another swing.
Yep.
Just dirted it.
Is that to Jordan James, number 6?
No, James
Noah
is
Whittington.
funny.
That's not Noah Whittington.
Gonna be very curious to see what Oregon does on defense in the second half. What terms of adjustments? It's one of the worst halves they've played.
Yeah. All right.
Another timing, another 3rd and long if you're Penn State.
Does Oregon throw a lot to its outside targets?
It varies. They haven't today.
I mean, they haven't today, right? It's been a lot of the middle of the field. We haven't seen any of Evan Stewart yet.
No Evan Stewart, no Trayshawn Holden. You got Sadiq on the wheel route that was along the sideline, but he's not an outside receiver. He runs like an outside receiver, but there's Holden in, Ferguson in.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big play for Oregon, obviously. There you go. There's time, though. There's time.
Pass break.
Drop.
That's Audavian Collins with the breakup.
Let's see this. It looked like very good coverage.
Hands to the face from Oregon.
That was 2 holding. That was catchable though.
Yeah.
It looked
was a
like. I
good
don't know if he
throw.
got a hand in there.
All right, look.
Here we
You
go.
force a punt. 6 minutes left before halftime.
Oregon gets the ball at the half, yes?
Penn State gets the ball, I think, to start. Penn State kicked it off.
That's right. Oregon marched. Yeah.
That's right. Oh, Penn State brought the block. So, look, it's decent field position. Penn State's going to get it at the 36-yard line. They've been able to move the ball on Oregon. If I scroll down here a little bit, actually, you will see, interestingly enough, Penn State's got more total yardage. Now, do not take that at face value. Oregon got the ball at the 1-yard line and punched it in. Oregon
Correct.
has been able to move the ball for the most part at will, with the exception of 2 drives. Not on that one, but thus far, Oregon's offense has been somewhat unstoppable in this game. Penn State with a nice bounce back there, as James Franklin yells in the ear of an official. So we got to see what Penn State can do. 5:56 left here before halftime.
Warren in at fullback. It's a nice run.
Are you surprised at all with the Oregon defense?
I am.
What
Looks like tired legs up front a little bit.
You think?
It's a good double team.
Because it feels like they've been able to get some pressure on Aller, right? I mean, we've seen that a couple times now. Penn State's been running the ball better than I expected. They really are. Not on that play.
There you go.
Not on that play, but they just put up the stat on the screen. They've got something like 64 rushing yards this quarter. They've got 108 on the ground on the day, mostly from Nick Singleton, who had that 41-yarder earlier.
I got lucky there. 3rd and 9.
I missed that. I was looking at my screen. It looked like he was open.
His head wasn't turned, I don't think.
Wow.
It might have been a hold.
So it's 24-7 over in that Clemson game, Dan, with about 4 minutes left.
24-7, yep.
24-7, yeah.
Big 3rd down here, midfield for Penn State. Aller run and kind of trips in front, the back of his offensive lineman, his lead blocker. It's going to be 4th and 1 or 2.
I think you got to go for it here, right?
I think he stumbled
just
on his own.
Invisible
turf
gophers.
monster. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Oregon's got some beef in.
They bring Katron in. Katron.
Yep, he gets it.
More of the power back of the 2 Penn State running backs. A little bit bigger. I believe Katron and Singleton are roommates.
I love hearing that.
I got to get down to 16 ounces by halftime here. I got 3 minutes and 45 seconds to do so.
Wide open Warren. Breaks a tackle.
It's confounding to me how he keeps getting open.
Well, I think they're sitting in zone a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a delayed release. And he got a screen from the ref.
Yeah.
There you go. That helps. That just happens. That's part of the game.
All right. Let's see what we got here. This has been a good drive.
So this is going to be a threes get degrees defensive drive for Oregon as a goal. Let's see. Allo looking for the end zone. Throwing it away.
I mean, that's smart. I'd sooner he do that than
Yeah. You force it.
try
Don't
to
force
throw it off
He's-
his back foot.
Yep.
Tosh Lapoy looks like he came dressed for the occasion today. Second and 10.
Nice. Oh, not so nice for Oregon. They get the stop and then a bounce off. Ty, there's a young lady in the chat that said, I dated Ty for 10 months and boy, do I have stories. Whoa. All right, let's see what she has to say.
Yeah.
I kid.
I was gonna, you said that. I looked. I'm like, "Ah, what are we talking about here?"
Oh, Oregon starting defensive tackle, Jamari Caldwell. Very important to this team.
Okay.
Hopefully for my sake, an Oregon human. He's just tired.
Yeah. All right. So
Somebody asked if it was, Kale asked if it was Pickleball Melissa.
bringing back all the old characters
Yep.
here on the show. Slip over to this Lehigh game, Dan. Let's see what's going on.
What do we
here.
have?
Let's just take a look here.
Okay. We
6
driving?
to zip.
Where's Lehigh on the field? Give me that Gamecast action. 4th and 9 on the Idaho 31.
Yep.
All right. I got to do something. You probably can't kick a 49-yard field goal.
Looks like it's a 24-yard punt
Oh,
from LJ Harm, which is a great name for any football player.
come on, Lehigh.
It was a 5-yard pass from Jordan Dwyer, or it's from Jack Lane to Jordan Dwyer. Cam Pope, though, missed the extra point. 14-play, 80-yard drive. Got the Lehigh Mountain Hawks just sort of hanging in thus far. If I'm being honest with you, oh, no, they get the ball now. They got the ball via that punt.
Oh, okay, good.
They got the ball around midfield now. They were a 14.5-point dog. For those of you who are interested in betting on FCS action. Don't know if you can get a live line on that. I might have to check that. We'll see. I'm afraid if I leaf out of it on my phone that I'm going to end up kicking us off of one of these streaming platforms. So.
Oh, okay.
First down, Penn State. Move the chains. Come on. Does that take us down to the 2-minute warning? I believe it takes us down to the 2-minute warning. Got one play left here. Nope, that's 2-minute warning. Okay. Why do they call it the 2-minute timeout? Why is everybody so incessantly calling it the 2-minute timeout instead of the 2-minute warning? It's the 2-minute warning.
It infringes on the NFL's copyright.
Do they have a copyright on 2-minute warning?
I can't imagine so.
I can't imagine anybody does. Call it the 2-minute warning. That's what we all know it as. Adam brings up something that's actually been bouncing around in my head here.
Oh, yeah?
Game reminded him a little bit of the 2016 Big Ten Championship game. What I'll say about the 2016 Big Ten Championship, per my recollection, Adam, I mean, that was a crazy comeback by Penn State in the second half, and it felt like it was out of hand in the first. There was that feeling in that game that Penn State couldn't keep pace, especially early. As they got into the second half, that's when things sort of went haywire, if I recall correctly. Now, it's been 8 years, and I'm an old man at this point, so forgive me if I'm misremembering. But I don't know. This would be a big bounce back, wouldn't it? I mean,
oh, yeah.
If you can get it to 28-24, you get the ball to lead off the second half, that's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah, this is a really nice game for Andy Kotelnicki.
Yeah.
Keeping Oregon on their heels.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Ooh, almost a long pass there for Clemson. Under 2 minutes in the ACC.
You know, this is the thing with Klubnik, man.
Just a little bit.
He's just a tick off. He is sometimes just a tick off. Sometimes he's really good. But there's always potential for just that one, just a tick off, you know?
Yep.
That could have been a touchdown right there. I didn't see who that was intended for. Might have been TJ Moore. We flip over to that for the time being because we're at commercial here in the Big Ten game. 21-7, or no, this isn't up to date at all. I need to refresh this. I believe it's 24-7. Well, it's not updating. Not sure why. Okay, we'll figure that out. Let's go back to the Penn State game. Need a score here for Penn State.
How about this? What do we think about wearing basketball shoes with a suit? Glad you asked. Makes you look like a 7-year-old usher at a wedding. What I think.
But it's cool, Dan. Come on.
No, it's not cool. You got to keep.
That's touchdown, Drew Aller.
There you go.
Excuse me for a second. I just have to take care of something.
Please. Of course.
All right. Previous plays under review. We'll see.
Looks like he rolled on top.
Didn't Jeff make a comment to you that he didn't see how Penn State would score on this Oregon team?
He did. They've scored 20, about to score 24 in the first half.
I mean, look, I say that. I'm surprised too.
Yeah, of course.
To be honest with you, I've watched this team more than anybody. I think this is the best the offense has looked all season. They're showing the replay here. They're just trying to figure out if he's down. I think he's in.
I don't see any evidence that he's down.
No. He landed on a lineman. And as Lambda says here in our comments, he body surfed in there. I believe he did.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see. If you're Oregon, you get the ball back. About 2 minutes. With the way you've been moving the football on Penn State, that's more than enough time to get some points on the board, right?
Sure.
What is it that you have seen so far as an Oregon human, other than everything, that you are leaning on here on this final drive before halftime? Because presumably they're going to try and run as much of the clock off as they can.
Yeah. Touchdown stands. Very nice drive for Penn State. What am I looking for on this one? Well, we saw against Ohio State. At that point, they sort of went against tendency and Dylan Gabriel has, for the most part, been pretty clean. I think he's been sacked once.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we see some kind of downfield test. I wonder if we see some sort of combination of maybe Sadiq and Tez Johnson, who are very good running after the catch, crossers of some kind.
Yeah, right.
To see, play with the sideline a little bit with under 2 minutes. But they're two guys who, if they get a little bit of a crack, can turn the corner pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because that's not, Whittington can be at running back, but that's not Jordan James. He's great between the tackles, but he's not a home run hitter.
Sure.
So that would be more Stewart, Tez, Trayshawn Holden.
Right. Saquon sweatshirt, by the way.
Oh yeah, turned it around a little.
Yeah, turned it around. 14 points in the Saquon sweatshirt, Saquon sweatshirt up 14-7 right now.
Ty looks great in hats. So
there we
jealous.
go. Thank you, Sarah.
Not going to return that one. Is Oregon's D secretly suspect? Not so secret tonight.
The secret D.
Oh, Gene's in studio. Gene's in the booth, I mean.
There he is. Got Gene Steratore. You ever read Gene Sterator's bio?
I was hoping you were saying, did you ever read his book? And I was like, Ty, tell me all about Gene Steratore's book.
I don't know if Gene Steratore has a book, but if you go out on Wikipedia and read Gene Steratore's bio,
yeah,
he has coached. He has reffed at both the college football and college basketball levels.
Yes.
And so he's kind of like a rare dual threat with regard to like these rules analysts that they have.
Yes.
Because they can use him not just for college football, but also for college basketball when they have the tournament.
Yeah, he comes in and be like, no, that's a charge. His feet were set.
I was so confused when I saw him.
Yeah, that wasn't like a stunt casting.
No.
All right, Dylan Gabriel, middle of the field. More Tez. More big Tez.
Man.
There you go.
That middle of the field. I don't know how Penn State's trying to cover Tez out of the slot. I don't know if it's a third corner. I don't know if it's bringing up a safety. I doubt they're putting a linebacker on him. Looks like it's a third corner there.
Look at this.
That is not working. Tez is 5 for 104 in this game, and he's caught all 5 of his targets.
So that's Jordan James's ability right there.
Yeah.
And he got out of bounds. Smart man.
Is he an NFL caliber back?
Yeah. I don't know what, probably like 4th or 5th round, something like that, just because I don't think his high-end speed is there. But he's sort of C-lane, hit lane kind of running back, which you love, that he sees where the line opens up.
It doesn't seem like anybody can square him up.
No, he's a load.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like nobody can square him up, and he's got really good wiggle. I mean, he really does. He's really tough to square up and bring down.
Yeah, as a true freshman, he would come in on like 4th and 1s. He was just that tough. He was a bull. I think he was going to commit to Georgia, or was committed to Georgia at a certain point, and he flipped.
Yeah.
May have had a knee injury, and Georgia wound up signing, I think, a running back from Texas who didn't, Andrew Paul, I want to say.
Okay.
That class didn't work out for Paul. But, here we are. Oregon in good spot, under a minute. Just outside the red zone. Gabriel staying very clean.
Ooh.
You can't drop that. No, Trayshawn Holden.
That's Trey. Okay.
Hit him right in the money, though.
Yeah, I mean, that guy over the middle is open all game. He's open all game, every play.
Yep. So this is a receiver drive. Receiver and Jordan James drive. But
so my assumption, and I am not a defensive coordinator.
I was like, Evan Stewart. Gabriel escapes.
Really good
run.
Really good pocket presence by Dylan Gabriel to avoid that. My assumption is, by the way, that Penn State's committing more to the line to try and get pressure on Gabriel. And because of that, they're leaving themselves somewhat exposed. And it's not unlike what we discussed in our preview about the pass rush, except I think when we talked about it, we were speaking more to the point of it on the outside.
Right.
But it can be true on the inside as well. If you're committing more to the pass rush, maybe leaving yourself a little bit more exposed over the middle. They've got to get an answer for that in the second half. They just need an answer for that if they want to stay in this football game.
So interestingly, Penn State, excellent third quarter team, I believe.
Very good. And Oregon not so much.
Oregon not.
Yeah.
Well, what did they do against Washington in the third quarter? I think they opened up a nice lead against Washington in the third quarter, if memory serves. So Washington is not Penn State. No, I mean 7-0 in the third quarter in that game. It was all second and fourth quarter.
Right.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel's best quarter this season has been the second quarter, followed by the fourth quarter.
Yeah, okay.
But has not thrown a third quarter pick, knock on wood, if you're an Oregon human. Nothing doing.
All right, so we got about 30 seconds left here.
They're letting the clock go? Okay.
That's interesting.
Two plays, they're going tempo. They're going end zone here. Oh, we got somebody down, tripped, no flag. Wasted about 18 seconds, 19 seconds for that play. Yeah, he just tripped on the grass, on the turf.
It's a curious decision, to be honest with you.
Can't take them all. Can't take them with you.
No.
I mean, it's still a good amount of time with that many timeouts.
3 timeouts, 14 seconds. But
we got a timeout now? No, timeout Penn State.
Timeout Penn State. So it's 3rd and 9 for Oregon. They've got the ball in the red zone on the Penn State 18-yard line. What we're reacting to is with about 30 seconds left, Oregon elects to let the clock run and instead go tempo. They throw an incomplete pass, sort of incidental contact out on the right side. And was that intended for Trayshawn Holden, number 1?
Yeah.
He trips. No call for any kind of pass interference, holding, anything of that ilk. Now down to 14 seconds. Oregon's got 3 timeouts. But by not calling a timeout sooner, unless they like the personnel that they had on the field against Penn State, I mean, that's part of the reason you go tempo. But now Penn State's playing extreme soft coverage.
Yep. Some confusion.
And now Oregon's calling a timeout.
A chess match tie.
I like landing with the beard look, man. I do. I think you should stick with that.
One of those red zone picks from Dylan, from a Penn State fan. Echoed by Aaron.
Now, I will add that David says red zone pick, P-I-C-S, which could have a different implication.
Yeah, let's get a photograph of Dylan Gabriel.
Please clarify, David, which kind of pick you're looking for here.
We got some jawing from number 7, Ty.
I saw that. All right. Let's see what we got here.
So they'll either get a first down and go for a quick end zone, or they won't get a first down and probably kick.
I suppose it depends on how many yards you get and how long it takes to get there.
A little screen for nothing for 4.5.
I don't like that call at all, Dan.
I don't like that call myself.
What was the point of doing what they just did?
I feel like they thought they were going to get more blocks than they did for Trayshawn Holden.
Fair.
Who whiffed?
Yep.
Oh, I mean, good luck trying to block Abdul Carter at any point, but
sure. So Oregon's going to get about chip shot field goal here.
I mean, that's just incredible awareness.
Going to be what, a 35, 36-yard field goal here for Oregon. That would make it 31-24.
It's a great stop for Penn State.
Atticus Sappington, Dan.
Oregon State transfer, Ty.
What a name.
Very nice name.
All righty, there you go. 10 seconds left. The snap, spot, kick up, and
good.
31-24 going into
31-24 heading into the half.
7 seconds left. 7 seconds left, Dan Rubenstein. Do we want to take a bit of a pause here?
Yes.
At halftime. For those of you watching, we got many folks watching across a variety of different channels: YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter /X, TikTok. This is a Solid Verbal global event. We will be with you all throughout the second half of the Big Ten Championship. We'll also be keeping tabs, of course, on the SMU game. We'll talk a little bit about the Sun Belt game. Looks like Marshall at last check was doing pretty well there.
Oh, nice.
And we are, of course, going to pay attention to Lehigh because that's just something that we do. I don't know if you can see the Lehigh pennant behind me, but we'll be keeping tabs on all of that and much, much more. And then a little bit later on at midnight Eastern, we will be doing our normal spiel, which is our weekly reaction episode where we talk through all of the games and give our instant reaction to them. I must say it's been very different this week, not having to monitor like 17 games at once.
Yes.
Seven seconds left. I got to believe Penn State's taking the knee here, man. Take the knee, go in at halftime. You get the ball to start the second half. Feel pretty good about that.
Oh, you should be thrilled.
I could go for like a 4-hour acquired episode on Drew Aller's hair right now.
You're into acquired, right?
You got me into it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You do a good job. All right. That's halftime, boys and girls. We're going to be back after halftime. I'm going to go warm up some pizza.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm falling a little bit behind here on the hydration station. I might need to crack open an adult beverage depending on how the second half goes. We'll see. I don't want to get too far out in front of myself, but I'm going to bring one in here just in the off chance I need one. In the second half, we're going to be taking more of your comments, talking more of this game, talking more about all these games, Dan.
Yes.
We're going to put a hold screen up. We got a hold screen we can throw
Yeah, I
up on
think
the
I
screen?
do.
All right.
What's this?
Oh, I like it.
Is it good?
It's beautiful.
Okay, I'm going to play. Should I play the music?
Play the music.
It was like, what did I have? Daydreaming? Yeah.
I love it. All right. We'll see you all in a bit. Stay tuned.
We're both unmuted.
There we are. Welcome back.
All right. How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Upon further reflection.
To the millions of you watching at home, thank you for joining our live stream. I am Ty. He is Dan. Here is the requisite promotion for the podcast.
Oh, yeah. This is the time.
This is the time to do it. We're going to be doing a live reaction stream to everything in championship week at midnight Eastern time out on our YouTube channel. We can put it on Twitter too. Why not? Please tune in if you're going to be up and awake, and sometimes it takes a bit to unwind from these games. I know. So if you want to stop on by to react with us, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, look for that logo. Get us wherever you get your podcasts. That's going to drop to the feed bright and early on Sunday morning. The purpose of this stream, though, is to react to the Big Ten championship game. It has been a bit of a roller coaster here, at least for me wearing all the Penn State gear. As a Penn State alum, I'd imagine it could be that case for you as well in the third quarter. As an Oregon alum and fan, Dan, knowing that your team does not necessarily play that well in the third quarter, but we'll get to that.
Yep.
We have no idea if that's going to be the case in this game as well. We are also monitoring the Clemson game. I have discovered that they cut off my Clemson feed. They said that I got a window here saying that this is intended for staff and media personnel only. So I don't know if I spoiled the parade or if somebody else spoiled the parade, but we will find another way, mind you, to keep track of this.
The Clemson feed, like the stat feed?
The stat feed, yeah, the ACC championship feed. The ACC cracking the whip on us here.
It's on stat broadcast?
So we will find a way around that.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
24-7, 14 minutes left in the third quarter in that one.
That is correct. So Clemson with a rather commanding lead in the ACC championship game, 24-7, as you said. The Penn State game here, though, we are at a 31-24 score. A lot of scoring in the first half. And they're about to kick off. Penn State's going to get the ball. We're also tracking the Sun Belt game as well as the Lehigh game, which now is at halftime at 19-6 in favor of the Idaho Vandals. Not looking great for the Mountain Hawks. But the main show here, of course, Big Ten championship game. Penn State gets the ball. First and 10, their own 25. And like a 6-yard run to start things off by my guy, Nick Singleton. Dan.
So this is a huge, huge drive for the Oregon defense. A nice... Honestly, if you go into halftime and you've already scored 31 points and it's the worst half of football that your defense has played all year.
Yeah.
And you're in the lead, having scored 31, and it's overwhelmingly so the best half of offensive football the other team has played all year long, and you're winning.
That's right. That's
a little bit of perspective for Oregon, but they need to get things figured out up front on defense.
As a Penn Stater, I will say their ability to run the football has been rather surprising to me. Because I think their preferred mode is to run the football. And there have been more than enough games this season where it just did not feel like they had this much pop coming out of the backfield. So I'm rather encouraged by what we've seen so far. The fact that they've run the football about 140 yards so far on just 17 carries. That's been promising, to say the least.
And Tyler Warren inched over the line.
I actually really like that play.
It's a good play. Oregon's run that. I think Oregon's run a version of that play. Yeah.
So the play we're talking about here was 3rd and 1, 3rd and short. Aller, Singleton in the backfield. Tyler Warren comes in motion out of the slot, lines up under center, takes a quick snap, and then it's essentially a tush push to get him across the line for a first down. So Penn State picks up a first down here. They start off with the ball in the second half. If you are just tuning in, if you're new here, we've got this broadcast out on about 5 different platforms. In the comments, let us know your hometown. Let us know what your predictions are for the second half. Let us know whatever you need to get off your chest with regard to college football or just life in general. I don't care. Let us know in the chat. We'll do our best to bring that to the verballerhood here. SMU has scored a touchdown, Dan.
Look at that. I'm about to watch it. You're ahead of me. They're on the Clemson 10. Kevin Jennings in the shotgun, fake a run, open receiver, wide open running back, it looks like.
That is
Brashard
my
Smith.
guy, Brashard Smith. Remember me talking about that?
Yep.
All right. Another first down for Penn State. They are running the crap out of the ball right now. It's a first down up the middle for Katron.
So Oregon has numbers in the box. They're just not getting off blocks. Oh, Penn State going tempo. And another nice first down run. That's 10 yards, 9
Dude,
yards.
Penn State or Oregon's in trouble if Penn State's going to have this kind of success running the ball.
Agree.
They really are. And that's not me trying to be a dick to you because you're
No.
a good fan, but just being real with everybody. If
No.
Penn State could run like this, which I did not expect at all, that's now. Will it continue?
That was the thumper. That was the linebacker who missed that. The arm tackle.
Your boy, the thumper. Yeah.
Bryce Betcher.
Will it continue is a broader discussion.
Well,
But
look,
it's
the
been
sense,
the case all game.
the sense from Andy Kotelnicki and the Penn State offense is that Oregon doesn't have the legs up front. There's tired legs. So what do you do to tired legs? You keep them on the field. You go right at them as often as possible. Here's the pass. Threw it over his head. Nope. Tyler Warren.
That was a risky throw, to be honest with you.
Yep. As he was backpedaling a little bit, I think.
Tyler Warren double covered Drew Aller fadeaway, but Tyler Warren high points the ball. He's a big dude. He's like 6'5", 6'6".
That's their fastest linebacker, Oregon.
Yeah.
So down to what? The 30?
Out to the 30. By the way, I got a blizzard of hops here.
Oregon's got to win on first down. Oregon badly needs a first down win.
We're cracking open the blizzard of hops.
Look at you.
It's the reason for the season.
Little run blitz from Oregon. There you go. They got to stop. They won first down. I mean, basically, you need to generate passing downs if you're Oregon, and Penn State needs to stay out of passing downs.
That's
Penn
right.
State
That's
needs.
exactly
So
right.
that's essentially the game right now.
Yeah.
Oregon needs to force 3rd and 7 here. Well, there's no running back in the backfield.
Oh!
Oh, he drops it.
Man. So, empty backfield. Empty backfield. Sort of faked a...
So he's in at right tackle.
Yep. Empty backfield.
Got very lucky.
Sort of faked a screen-ish.
Charlotte is hiring Tim Albin.
I like Tim Albin.
Ohio.
I like Tim Albin. Tim Albin did an incredible job with Ohio this year.
All right,
He
so now we're
basically had to turn over the entire roster and find a way to patch together a winning team, and they end up winning the MAC.
Oh, yeah. In emphatic fashion.
Yeah. 38-3. They were down 3-0, and then they went on a 38-point run.
So Penn State's going to kick here.
Penn State's going to kick here.
Big 3rd down stop for Oregon.
Yep.
The Boo Birds are out.
40-yard field goal attempt. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's up, and it is wide right.
There you go. 3s get degrees. It's even better when you don't need them.
That's a big miss. That is a wasted drive for Penn State. Encouraging because they're still running the football.
Yeah.
Discouraging
but if
because
you're
they come away with a goose egg.
But if you're turning that into 0 points, it's failure.
Yeah.
That's why,
I agree with that.
all due respect to the great Bill Connolly, who's coming on the show this week to do some kind of postseason something. We'll figure it out. You get talent on when you can. That's why I'm partial to points per drive. It's great when you move the ball. It's great when you're efficient. It's great when you're ahead of the sticks. If you're turning that into 0 points, it's a failure of a drive.
Yeah.
It indicates good things. It's a failed drive. So that's a 0-point drive. Oregon has the opportunity now. They get out of the middle 8. Well, they got a field goal at the gun, but that was a really interesting chance for Penn State to start something interesting.
Yeah. So with this game at commercial break, let me see if I can flip this one over now since they kicked me off of the old stat feed. I'll give a shout out to our friends over at winonpaper.com. This is sort of the advanced metric look at what's going on between Clemson and SMU, which right now is 24-14. And, there's a lot here. They do a good job showing you all of it. But what I'll scroll down to, if you can see it here, is what's going on a player level. Right, so Cade Klubnik with 3 touchdown passes so far. The total yardage is actually pretty even and in favor of SMU. SMU's got 267.
It's
Clemson
turnovers.
is 246. It's just a turnover thing that those 2 SMU turnovers that we saw in the first half have really come back to bite them. One was a really bad interception. Another, I believe, was a fumble. And we've seen SMU kind of hold their own here. It's not like Clemson is rushing the ball particularly well. You can see this here. Right? If any thoughts you had about Phil Maffa maybe trying to eat against this SMU front, that really has not been the case. In reality, it's kind of been the other way around.
Yeah.
If you can see it here on the screen, Kevin Jennings, had that one nice touchdown run that we discussed earlier, but it's been a lot of Brashard Smith. It seems as if they've been able to get their offense going. It's just getting a couple stops to make up for the fact that they had those 2 turnovers.
I mean, look, the game was 14-0 after 4 minutes. And since then, it's been 14-10.
That's right.
Like, it's a back and forth game. SMU just needs to get a stop here. It's 2nd and 5 on my screen. Little misdirection for a loss of 1.
Yeah.
SMU is sort of, as far as I mean, I'm watching 2 games at once, but they're locking in.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the thing that I have noticed, and again, I'm just sort of...
It's a nice first down run. Sort
of walking out of the corner of my eye here, but Clemson's tried a couple things. They actually just tried it, as I say it. They've been able to get side to side pretty well. Clemson's tried to stretch them out, and the biggest plays have been the ones down the sidelines, namely to Bryant Wesco. Looks like Katron is hurt. I can't hear the audio. Can you?
They didn't mention anything specifically that I heard. Ooh, dangerous. They're just those first down little passes are just not working for Oregon.
No.
Got lucky. Oh, SMU at the sack. All right, 2nd and 10 for Oregon. This is a big stick play for Penn State's defense. Keep them behind the sticks.
Wow, nice throw. Is that a fumble?
I think he was down. It was Holden.
We're going to need to see the replay on this one. It looked to me like he was down.
It was close.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's down. Maybe not.
I need to see another angle. It looks like his butt might have been down.
So the play in question was a pass to Trayshawn Holden. Doesn't look like they're going to stop it and take a look at it. Oregon ran tempo just to get a playoff.
Right. For 1.5 yards.
Yeah.
All right. What's happening in SMU Clemson? Are they off the field?
Big sack on 3rd down for SMU.
Punt?
Or
they haven't done anything yet.
Back. They're going to get the ball back.
4th and 16, punt for 40 yards. Fair catch at their own at 12. All right. SMU, let's make this a game, huh?
2nd and 9.
Ran away from Abdul Carter. Wide open, Tez.
Wide open, middle of the field. Touchdown, Tez.
Tez Johnson. So he's at about 145 yards, 150.
Tez has eaten well this game, Dan. And again, it's middle of the field.
Could you imagine Abdul Carter running at you with violent intent and throwing a touchdown, escaping and throwing a touchdown? That's insane. It's a great play. Look at this. Look at Abdul.
Yeah. I'll see if I can
unblocked.
I'm going to see if I can. I mean, they might have let him unblocked on purpose. I'll see if I can find the highlight of that. And we'll put that up on the screen so that people can see exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
For the people who filter in here and ask, where's the game? we can't broadcast the game. We don't want our channel to be nerfed. So we're doing our part here to react to what's going on.
Watching with you.
We're watching with you. We will show highlights as they come available to us across social media, but that's about the best we can do. So apologies if you expected or wanted something else. That is a backbreaker, an absolute backbreaker for Penn State. They had an opportunity, 3rd and long. Was it 3rd and 9?
Yeah. No, I mean that's essentially, if you get Penn State into 3rd and 9, you're going to get a very good play to Tyler Warren, or 7 yards, 6 yards, maybe an Aller scramble for a first down.
Yeah.
But percentage-wise, you like that spot.
While we've got a break in the action here, I want to give a shout out to the fine people out in our Solid Verbal Discord. You can see it on the right-hand side. These are folks who support our Patreon at verballers.com, VERBALLERS.com. It is, as you might expect, the last couple weeks, very, very active. So stop on by, verballers.com. You sign up for our certified or premium tier. You get access to be part of the Discord and access to all the bonus stuff that we have to offer. We appreciate everybody's support out there. So where does it go from here, Dan? I mean, I guess as we get a little bit deeper into this thing, all right, so the Clemson game is tightened up a little bit.
Nice stop from Clemson, tackling first down loss.
But that game's tightened up. That it looked like it might be a runaway train. It's not a runaway train at this point, right?
No, very much
Penn State game, I think, is it feels like it's teetering on the brink often.
SMU going tempo here.
But my point is, if we end up with an SMU loss, we already saw a Texas loss. If we end up with a Penn State loss, what do we think this does to the rankings? I mean, if the result holds here, Oregon's number 1. That goes without saying. Is Georgia number 2? I guess they'd have to be. You're probably not going to put Clemson number 2. You're not going to put
SMU,
Boise number 2.
That's
probably
wild, but yeah.
You could put Arizona State number 2, I guess. But my hunch is that Georgia is the 2 seed. Georgia gets the bye. And then that sort of reshuffles the deck down below, right? I mean, if the result holds, Clemson probably is your 4 seed.
Who did you have 3?
I mean, Boise might be the 3 seed. And I can see Arizona State being the 4. And that would make Clemson a 5. Or actually, that would make Clemson.
Arizona State came in ranked lower
16th.
than Clemson.
No, Clemson was 17th.
Oh, right, after South Carolina loss. Yeah.
So I think what this would probably do, I'm trying to do the math in my head, forgive me. I think in all likelihood what we would have is Oregon 1, Georgia 2, most likely Boise the 3. And I'm assuming Arizona State the 4. Those would be your first round buys.
Arizona State over. Good pressure.
Arizona State over
Play
Clemson.
Singleton.
I would put Arizona State over Clemson the way that they've been playing.
Okay.
Could make a case for, one or the other.
Yep.
Clemson probably gets in as a 12 at that point.
Yeah.
And so it'd be an interesting 5 versus 12 matchup. Clemson would be on the road. The question then is, how far does Texas fall? That was a close game. My hunch is they don't fall very far.
It's overtime loss to a good top 10 team.
I think Texas ends up being the 5. I think Notre Dame ends up being the 6. I think Penn State, depending on how this goes, ends up being the 7.
So you're sort of punishing Penn State for losing this game.
Sort of.
Okay.
But they're already ranked, I believe.
Behind Notre Dame?
They're ranked ahead of Notre Dame right now. So
yeah,
it's a matter to me of how badly they lose here. That could dictate where they fall in that playoff rankings.
I'm not ready to assume at all.
I'm going to do the
You're
math.
rattling off 7, 6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd and 5 run.
That's a
Throw it
bad
over
throw.
Tyler Warren's heading. See, that's...
There have been a
Miss
couple
him.
passes from Aller today. I've counted 4 of them. There have been a couple to Tyler Warren. The interception that he threw earlier, it was just a hair off.
That he would, if he catches that, he's running for...
I mean, it's a
30
good
yards.
decision. It's a good decision, right?
No, I know. I mean, but he has a great matchup. He's got a slower linebacker on him.
Yeah.
And the edge. They should be circling Tyler Warren on every play. The broadcast.
I don't know
And then another bad throw. It's a weird, kind of lazy.
He sort of went like... Well, he did.
He just didn't know what to do with his body.
Yeah, Drew Aller with like a sidearm throw out to try and get to Katron Allen.
But as he's
Katron's back out
falling
there, by the
away,
way. Katron's back out there, so that's okay. The issue here for Penn State is that they're going to punt.
Gary Danielson, by the way, with some real good old man analysis here. He was talking about how Drew Aller's footwork.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know who I like? That Jared Goff. He always steps into his throws. I'm not even lying. That's almost verbatim what Gary Danielson just said.
Beautiful. All right, here. Before Oregon starts with this next drive.
Yes. Are you betting?
No, I'm not betting. I'm staying off the bet. Here is what we were looking at on that long touchdown. Let me kill the audio. So here, talk me through this, okay? This is what you're talking about.
Free release.
Katron Allen, right here. You can see him.
Katron Allen.
Or not Katron Allen.
Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter, excuse me. I was just talking about Katron.
Yeah.
Free
unblocked.
release.
Yeah. Free release for Tez.
And look, just look when he catches this ball. Look, there's nobody within 10 yards of him.
No.
Wide open, easy catch and run for a touchdown. But it's all made by this up here. It's all made by this. It's by this sort of...
How many people are they dedicating to the pass rush? A lot. 6?
You got 4. You have 2 linebackers who sort of got taken out of position with that Noah Whittington motion across. I mean, it very easily could have been a run for 10 yards, but he just happened to spot your boy out here for a touchdown. It was a nice play. It was a really nice play.
What do you think of Oregon's look tonight? The Green Goblin look.
Not
my favorite, but it's fine.
My controversial take is I'm over the Oregon uniforms.
Oh, man.
Just in general. You know, I get if it helps get recruits, if it makes them feel better about themselves, then I'm all for it.
Makes them feel better about themselves.
I don't really give a damn.
I like how it looks.
I mean, it's fine. Whatever.
You're draping yourself in lucky new clothes to make yourself feel better about this matchup.
Right. That's exactly right, Dan. Don't you forget it.
The clothes make the man.
Sure.
This year's look is okay. I had higher expectations. Big Clemson play. Big Clemson play into that plus territory. Oh, we got a flag, though. Could it be coming back? So the timing so far has worked out for Oregon. Kind of cooled off Penn State heading into the half. But it can turn on a dime. It looked like Oregon was going to run away at 28-10.
Yeah.
Good effort from Penn State to sort of get their heads back in it. All right.
So now Oregon's got the ball pretty deep in their own territory.
Tez for another 8.5.
What is Oregon's yards per play?
You tell me. You have the stats in front of you.
Let me pull it up here. I was just looking at it. I mean, it's just striking.
Oregon yards per play right now. They've got 300. Penn State's has outgained them because of the short touchdown for Oregon. 340. How many plays? 24 passes. 24 rushing attempts. I don't know. You've got the stats. I can't do
Yeah,
the
I'll
math.
find it. I'll find it.
It's another first down. Long first down run. About 14, 15 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it's just tough to watch this. I mean,
so they're going heavier here. You got 2 tight ends in.
Clemson right now. Clemson. I need to pay attention to what I'm saying. Oregon about. Oh my gosh.
Whittington again.
They're just getting eaten alive on this drive.
Another 9.
Oregon at 7.7 yards per play.
Pretty decent.
Penn State at 7.1 per play.
Yeah.
So both teams are doing pretty well. Otis says, "Ty drunk. I am not drunk. I am drinking a blizzard of hops, though. Need something to dull the pain of the 7.71 yards per play. That's holding. That's holding. Does Oregon, do they not call anything against Oregon this game?
Holding on to the left tackle on Carter.
The right tackle. Blatant holding. Look, he's holding. He's throwing his arms up. Come on, man.
Looked like he got held.
Man.
Is that James or Whittington? James.
That was okay. It is what it is. It's been a nice drive.
They had at least 6 offensive linemen in there. I think 91 is that Wilson? Sort of a swing tackle.
Yeah.
Staying heavy. Ferguson and Sadiq in there.
Yep.
It's a nice play from Penn State. Unblocked off the edge. It's a Mario Cristobal specialty.
I think it's just sort of a really interesting twist in this game that if the result holds, even if it doesn't hold, the takeaway will be that the Penn State defense couldn't hold its own against this Oregon offense.
Yeah.
And, Oregon's got obviously a great offense, a lot of firepower, a zillion different ways they can beat you. But did you have 38 points on the bingo card?
No, I said 55-10.
Yeah, you said that with tongue in cheek.
No, I didn't. I think I settled on like 31-21, 30-20, something like that.
We're at 38 at the end of the third quarter. There's a pretty good chance they end up with, 40 plus, maybe pushing 50. So that to me is striking.
They will go for it on 4th down right here, no whatever happens.
I am surprised that the Penn State offense has performed as well as it has. We expected that would be the story, and it has not been the story.
All right, we got a look at me situation. Will Stein looking.
Nice tackle.
That's a really nice play from Penn State.
So it was a 3rd and 4.
I think Oregon will go.
It was just a short pass to Noah Whittington in the right flat. Abdul Carter tracked him down from behind.
Kind of uninspired.
The play call?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of time to make the decision. Looks like touchdown Clemson.
Touchdown Clemson. Yep.
And we do have a punt. Stool?
We do have a punt, by the way.
Oh, we do punt. Or is it a fake punt? Penn State just will not fall for a fake punt after what Oregon's done this year.
No, they are not. They are not dealing with that.
Punt situation down at the 2.
Yeah. They are not dealing with that. Here we go. Andrew Michael Lang. Who cares about this game? Ohio State will beat Oregon when they play him again. No, they won't. No, they won't. And I'm a Penn State fan. No, they won't. Ohio State's broken. Get used to it. Thanks for stopping by, though. Hit follow.
I like that. I like this attitude from Ty.
They won't beat them. They won't.
Look, whatever you think about Ohio State, whatever dramatic opinion you're going to have about the Buckeyes, I'll echo what we said before. They were right there against Michigan. Few breaks away, Ty. Few breaks away from the defending champ.
This is a game of inches,
You know, one call here, one call there. You never know, Ty. You never know.
Here's Andrew. Love y'all. You know what? We love you too.
We love Andrew.
We love you, Andrew. Come on. We're all friends here. Man. So now what? They get the ball in their own 3?
Yeah.
This is where you get the backbreaker turnover. This is where you get it. And I don't know who's gonna be responsible for it, but I don't know if it's like a tip pass.
I love this comment.
A strip sack.
If Ohio State just had a couple more plays.
Let's put this one up here. Sam says, what needs to happen this fourth quarter for Penn State to stay in front of the Irish?
They need to win. They need to stay on the field.
To stay in front of Notre Dame?
Oh, I don't know.
This is a next level question, Dan.
So if they lose this game by 3.
So right now, the way things before this week, you had Oregon 1, you had Texas 2, Penn State 3, Notre Dame 4, Georgia 5.
Yeah.
Georgia's going above Notre Dame for sure. Texas, I think Texas gets in front of, in all likelihood, Notre Dame. Or maybe they fall behind because they're going to look at strength of schedule. They're going to have 2 losses. There will be teams in front of them that, Notre Dame. Texas is sort of the X factor to me. I don't really know how far they're going to drop Texas.
Right.
That's something I need to figure out for a midnight stream. I need to put a bracket together and try to figure out how this is all going to shake out. But,
which is also kind of useless, by the way, because the committee has shown nothing in terms of a year-end 12-team playoff.
They've shown nothing. My hunch, though, is Penn State losing by 21 all but guarantees they fall behind Notre Dame. That would be my assumption.
We got a flag.
Are you going to call hands to the face? Or finally call something
That was
against
hands
Oregon?
to the neck, Ty. There's a difference. No, that's a foul.
Yeah. Nat saying, if SMU loses this game bad, methinks. I like that.
I like that.
The committee puts Bama up in there. They did kind of leave themselves some wiggle room for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They weren't definitive about how they described the SMU situation. They're sort of on the record saying they're not going to punish you for losing a conference championship game, but didn't fully slam the door in it. I don't know what that it's not unlike this Penn State question that we just had. I don't know what that threshold is with respect to
nice run.
falling. So here's where things stand, boys and girls. Penn State got the ball at like their own 2 or 3 yard line. They were able to take advantage of a hands to the face foul on an Oregon defender.
This is why I was surprised Oregon punted.
They're playing with tempo. They just got a really nice run, a 32-yarder from Katron Allen. And they are playing with tempo, and they are running the football like crazy against this Oregon front.
Yeah,
it's sort of surprising to me. I mean, it's really surprising. They're up close to 250 yards right now, rushing the football. And Katron has come back into the game after being nicked up a little bit, but both he and Singleton are averaging close to, if not more than, another one here.
Another nice run.
10 yards a carry. One thing I'll say about Katron Allen, we did not see this Katron Allen at all this season. We have seen him in the past. We have not seen this version of him tonight.
It's been a limited year.
Yeah, I mean, either in how they used him or how he performed when they did. This is much more akin to what we saw 2 years ago from the Penn State offense, where it was like they realized they had this two-headed monster at running back, and then they found a way to use him. Now, they had a better offensive line back then, right? Those were like the Olu Fashanu days, and
Sure.
it was a different circumstance altogether. And last year, the offense was a bit out of sync. They made a change this offseason, went to Andy Kotelnicki. But we have not seen, even though it's been a better rushing season for guys like Nick Singleton, we have not seen this version of Katron Allen all year. So I'm encouraged by that, especially going into the playoff. YouTube user says, explain game, please.
You looking for play-by-play?
I don't know what you want, man. We're trying.
I think play-by-play.
Play-by-play. I'm not doing play-by-play.
Gabriel drops back, has a man.
I'm not doing play-by-play. But here's the game. I'll give you the high-level thing, okay? The high-level thing is this. It's 38-24, favor of Oregon, start of the fourth quarter. Penn State is driving. They've got it down inside the Oregon red zone. 15 minutes of gameplay left. Penn State has run the ball famously well in this football game, close to 250 yards rushing. But really the big story has been the Penn State defense not being able to contain the Oregon offense. Oregon's been able to move the ball at will. Penn State's gotten 2 or 3 stops all game. But it feels like the middle of the field is wide open. It feels like they really haven't been able to get pressure on Dylan Gabriel, which has been a continued theme that we've seen all season. And Oregon is ripping off about, close to 8 yards per play. And that's how they're winning. There was also a turnover earlier in the game, got Penn State in hot water. Oregon had the ball down on the Penn State 1 yard line. It was an easy touchdown for Jordan James. That swung the game somewhat here. That's why they're up 14 points.
Yes.
But that's the summary. If you want me to explain the game, that's where the game is at right now. We're doing our part to try and keep you up to date as things happen. Watch with you. Thank you. Let me know if that helps, okay?
You feel good about Penn State finishing this drive? This is
I
Penn
do, just
State
because,
trouble territory.
I mean, it's hard not to, right? I mean, it's hard not to.
I would have thought they'd finished the last drive. Yeah.
We haven't really seen any Tyler Warren on this drive, which is an oddity.
That's true.
Okay, so I am looking for them to start to incorporate Tyler Warren at some point here. Like, there's this break in the action now. My guess is that they're talking in the headset saying, Tyler Warren didn't get the ball yet this drive. We need to do something. We need to ensure he's going to win the Mackey Award. We need to get him the ball. So don't be surprised if they lead off the fourth quarter with Tyler Warren at quarterback, okay? Just saying. If I could bet on that, I'd bet on that. I think we just had a touchdown for SMU, Dan.
Oh, okay. I'm watching. 3rd and 8.
A really nice touchdown throw.
Kevin Jennings takes the snap. Looking over back shoulder, right sideline.
Perfect throw.
Hibner.
Perfect throw.
Matthew Hibner up the right sideline.
So Clemson was up 31-14. It's about to be 31-21 with 13:22 left.
Bo Prabula for the touch. Almost. There you go. There's your guy.
There's your guy.
Yeah.
You love Bo.
Which was the game where you said Bo Prabula should replace?
No, I didn't say he should replace.
You were just like, there's a conversation to be had or something like that.
There was a conversation to be had.
Who did he come in when Drew Aller got hurt? Who was that against? Wisconsin?
It wasn't when Drew Aller got hurt.
He was just pulled?
Did he get in?
I don't think he got in.
No, he didn't get in. They're going to review that, though. I think he pulled the ball back. I think it might have been against the Wisconsin game. You're right. In the Wisconsin game. By the way, Bo's got the Drew hair now going, too. Do you see this?
Yes, of course. Well, it's not as dramatic.
It's like a Don Makowski situation, if you remember him. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course. Packers?
Yeah. Do we have a top shot? Can we see it? So the play in question here, Bo Perbula ran for 18 yards. You tell me what Gene is saying. They're asking Gene what he thinks of this. Bo Perbula runs for 18 yards, front left pylon. He is taken out of bounds by Kobe Savage. But in doing so, he kind of is spun around. He's got the ball in his left hand. He did nick the pylon, though not with the ball. He nicked it with his foot after getting out of bounds. And so it seems like there's something of a question of, did he get in? I don't think he did. What will be instructive would be a top-down shot if they have it.
They sort of are showing it now.
They're sort of showing it now. This is probably the way we're going to get some clarity on this one. I think he's short. I don't think he got in. But let's see. Nice block from Tyler Warren to seal the edge. Ooh, gosh, I don't know. You almost need
well,
a top
the call on
down,
the field
Dan.
is that he's short, so I don't know if there's.
I don't think there's enough there to overturn that. I just don't see how you could. Yeah. Okay. Good run though, and a good read from Bo. Penn State's effectively gone full Navy and Army here in this drive. I haven't seen exactly how many rushing attempts, but if they can cap this one off, it'll be a 97-yard touchdown drive. Katron Allen, touchdown.
There you go. About to be 28-31.
All right. There we go. Here we go. This one from Braden, Dan. You want to vamp on this one a little bit?
Please.
He says, why are we not harping on bad Oregon offensive line play?
Oh, they've been dumped by Penn State up front at times. Dylan Gabriel's been running for his life, and it's worked. He's been flushed and made plays. But yeah, a lot of this that they've been pushed around a good amount.
Yeah.
Especially running the ball for stretches. They ran the ball better to start that last drive. Going for two, Tyler Warren.
God, what was that?
Didn't even get to the line of scrimmage.
What was that? Well, there's the Tyler Warren play I was talking about.
There you go.
What was the
Give
point
that
of that
man the Mackey.
What was the point of that? That's feeling yourself a little too much. So they do a reverse. All right, it's 38-30. A really boneheaded two-point
Ty,
conversion.
you read the comment incorrect.
What's that?
Why are we not harping on bad Oregon defensive play? Oregon has been very bad tonight.
Oh, defensive. Okay, I said defensive line, but
no, you said offensive line.
Oh,
you said offensive line play.
I apologize. The
offensive line's okay.
Okay. We got a comment here from Rob Ryan. Don't know if it's the Rob Ryan.
It must be.
I apologize for the voice crack, Robert. He says, easiest fixes to make the 12-team playoff better and make these conference championship games matter even more. Reseeding and all playoff games on campus before the title. So, first off, the more games on campus, the better. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen because the bowl thing is too entrenched and those guys need the money. So they're never going to break that system unless they're forced to. Reseeding is not a bad idea. Reseeding is going to come up a time and again, depending on how things go this first iteration. Because, again, we got to see what it looks like now after the committee releases the final bracket tomorrow. But there's a pretty good chance, if you've been following any of the projections, a pretty good chance that being a 5 or a 6 seed is going to give you a cleaner path through, an easier, quote unquote, easier path through. It's a flawed year. Everybody is vulnerable, but it looks on paper like the easier path will be a 5, a 6, even a 12, an 11 seed versus a 1 or a 2. Reseeding would fix that to some extent. So I don't disagree with that idea.
Can I ask you something?
Please, always.
Why did James Franklin go for 2 there?
I don't know. Did you not hear me talking about that?
No, I know, but
I have no idea. I don't get it. Fumble. Oh.
I don't know why he didn't give on that. They didn't follow the running back. Why didn't he give? Look at this. Well, I guess maybe he could have got an arm on him. They got very lucky that the smallest man on the field was able to fall on that.
Wow.
Whew. All right. Well, saved a short field. Got a third and manageable.
Oregon playing with some tempo here, Dan.
Got third and 6.
Penn State go for 2 there? Why did they do that?
I take the point. Take the point after. Stay within an easier touchdown.
I don't understand that. Unless you feel like you just went on a 97-yard drive, you have a ton of momentum, why not go for 2? That's the only logic I could think of. You feel like you have momentum. It's a big 3rd down and 6 here.
There you go.
11-yard gain, first down. Dan Lanning looks calmer this game than I'm used to.
So did he spy Gabriel Carter? Yeah, it looks like it. It's big first down for Oregon.
So the play in question, our guy, YouTube user, we're going to do our best to keep you up to speed, my man. Who has fumbled?
Okay, so Dylan Gabriel. Oh, sorry, go for it.
No. Dylan Gabriel.
Starting quarterback, Oregon.
Had the football. It was sort of a read option play. He kept it. The ball was stripped. He fell on it. They were lucky to get the ball back. Oregon then got a first down as a result of a nice little dump-off pass. Was it to Jordan James?
I believe so.
About an 11-yard little dump-off pass. It's now 2nd and 12 as we are watching. Oregon's got the ball on their own 38-yard line.
Oregon go with the
5 wide.
Yeah, looks like they're playing. Got a receiver in there at running back.
Are they not going to call holding in this game, Dan? Are they not going to call
holding? Was it the right
holding
tackle again?
In this damn game? Are they not going to call anything on Oregon this game?
Well, I mean, the conspiracy theorists, obviously. Yeah, it's
not conspiracy. That's a hold.
No. No, I'm saying the conspiracy theorists said that that Big Ten would want Oregon
right
to have a glide path to a win in this game. So
sure. I'm not blaming. This isn't your fault. You would probably call the hold.
It looked like a hold to me.
These guys don't even look like they're getting paid. Over in the Clemson game.
Please. I'm saying a punt.
Clemson has forced a punt. We've got 31-21 with about 11 minutes left. Clemson's going to get the ball 25-yard line and start fresh. SMU has done a pretty good job, all things considered, keeping this one close. It felt like it was going to be out of hand early. They just could not get anything going. But they have found a way to claw their way back into this thing. And as it stands right now, they're 10 points back with 11 minutes to play.
Ty, you came here with nothing but a guitar. Sorry, I'm watching the Timothy Chalamet Bob Dylan commercial.
Oh, yeah. Chalamet, by the way, had a day picking, didn't he? At least initially.
He started out real nicely, picking Ohio and Arizona State confidently.
Did you watch the clips of him talking?
I saw his pick clips.
I don't know if he did the research. I don't know if he had a friend do the research. I don't know if he's listened to the podcast and did the research that way. But when he started going off with his stats and his analysis of these games, you could see the other guys on set look at him like, who the F is this? Where did this guy come? Because usually the people they have up there are just happy to be there and they got a little quip, but they don't really know what they're talking about. He was like, he knew what he was talking about.
He was looking at notes, and
sure,
I can tell you with authority. I can tell you with intel.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
That the guest pickers on game day are given copious notes and talking points ahead of time.
Yes.
So he did a good job because, as it turns out, Timothy Chalamet, professional actor, can play the role.
He can play the role. Yeah. And we are all here, I think, on this podcast, Chalamaniacs, right?
Of course we are.
So kudos to him. I think he acquitted himself well. Speaking of acquitting yourselves well, let's flip over to this Lehigh game. What do we got going on here? That's gonna leave a mark, Dan Rubenstein.
Should have put Lafayette in. Didn't have the courage.
34-6, about 6:30 left in the third quarter. Idaho Vandals winning big in the Kibbe Dome. Yeah.
I just assume anytime a Patriot League team wins a playoff game, that's just a huge win for the conference.
74-yard interception return for Zach Johnson, the football player, not the golfer. The golfer hasn't won anything in forever. Let's go back to the Big Ten now.
Here we go. So we have 3rd and 9, 11 and a half minutes on Oregon's own 41, going with the faster look. 5 wide. Gabriel, clean pocket. First down to who else but Tesmond Johnson.
Tej Johnson has 11 catches for 181 yards and 1 touchdown in this game.
Spun that corner around.
And almost all of them have been out of the slot.
Oh, yeah.
And most of them have been wide the frick open.
Tempo. Nice little first down run for 5.
It has been tough sledding to try and cover the middle of the field. They have just had no success with it. I don't know what you do if you're Penn State at this point. We've obviously gone, 50 minutes of gameplay, and they have yet to figure out how to stop this.
A little toss for... they made something out of it. Oh, he might have gotten the first down there, Ty.
It was a nice second effort, so it was kind of a misdirection pitch out to the right side to Noah Whittington.
Yeah, he sat on him.
Yeah, he was brought down, I believe, by Dominic DeLucia. But he kind of landed on him.
His forearm might have been down.
Sort of landed on him and was able to wriggle his way forward for another 1.5 yards, 2 yards.
All right, well, they're giving him 3-inch short instead of
3rd and 1. 3rd
yard
and
and a half.
Now.
Yeah. Now they're going to review it.
Does Oregon have any penalties this game? They have 3 penalties. 3 penalties for...
They had hands to the face last drive or 2 drives ago.
Yeah.
Oregon had... I don't think they've had a false start. Yeah, it's a classic Michael Dyer situation there for Noah Whittington.
Yep.
Arm was down.
All right. It's officially ruled 3rd and 2 after a 3-yard gain by Noah Whittington. I have to imagine this is a situation in which Oregon would go for it if it gets the 4th down.
Yeah,
it gets the 4th down.
I think they have 2 plays in the huddle. They've got a fullback in right now, number 44.
Yeah.
Which means they're probably going to be quick under center.
A big stop. A big
stop. They're
going
to go again. That's for all you line up under center dorks. You happy now?
I'm one of those guys.
I know.
I hate when they do that.
It's statistically worse now at this point in football to line up under center in short yardage situations. They don't know. It's like a Greg Olsonification. I like Greg Olson a lot. All right. 4th and 2, not under center. Now they're in the
shotgun. There you go.
Yeah. If your offense is under center, don't just go to it. Short yardage. Bringing heat. Has a man. Oregon's offensive line, all things considered, with this Penn State pass rush, I think they've held up pretty well.
There's been one
push
sack
off.
in this
That
game.
was a bit of a push off.
They're just not calling anything on Oregon this game.
I don't know if that was within 5 yards.
I don't want to go full conspiracy theorist, but there's been at least 3 missed calls here.
Okay.
That is not why Oregon is winning. They're winning because Penn State can't cover them over the middle. That's the reason, among others. However, it doesn't hurt that they're not calling
Jordan James. There's a first down. Would have been nice if he stayed inbounds. Alas.
Over in the Clemson SMU game, SMU forced a punt, has the ball, and is now driving. It seems like they're
Jennings escape, pass, first down, SMU.
They're playing with tempo. They're trying to get it within one score. We'll keep you posted on that one.
All right, we've got the fullback back in for Oregon on 1st and goal. This is where you might see some little play action flip out, it looks like.
Yeah.
Oregon is going to an unbalanced look. Or the right tackle is lining up next to the left tackle.
Yeah.
Get some sort of delay from the refs.
Got about midway through the fourth quarter here. It's 38-30.
Oregon's milking some clock in the huddle.
Oregon eating some clock. They have moved the ball well to quite well. That is a 3-yard touchdown run for Jordan James.
Yep, standing up.
A 3-yard touchdown run for Jordan James. And that's going to be 45-30 Oregon after the extra point. So again,
Sadiq, man.
Penn State's got to figure out a way to come back and answer. I mean, they haven't had trouble scoring at all. So if you're a Penn Stater, that's ideal. I feel like I can't take this sweatshirt off. I feel like the Saquon sweatshirt has worked well for me.
You missed a nice opportunity to say that Oregon just scored a key short yardage touchdown lining up under center.
Yeah. So my guy Tony here in the comments is asking all sorts of questions.
Oh, what do we have?
Ranging from injuries to who's the Big Ten commissioner. The Big Ten commissioner is Tony Petitti. Beck is not done for the year with the elbow injury. He actually came back in.
Well, we don't know. He didn't have.
We don't know. He came
he
back
might not
in
be able to throw a football.
He had the very dramatic game-winning handoff. Okay.
Yeah.
In overtime.
Just sort of. Here you go.
They ripped off the ice pack on his right elbow. I don't know. We'll see. You know, there's definitely a world in which Florida State fans out there have a bone to pick with however the committee decides to handle Georgia, because Georgia's probably going to be a 2 seed after winning its conference. There is this conversation about Carson Beck and what does it mean if he is out for an extended period of time. Now, it's not the same as what we saw with the Jordan Travis injury a year ago. That was dramatic and awful, and like I think people still have nightmares about that. I know I do. I'm not even a Florida State fan. However, I would expect that we're going to see some commentary on that from Florida State people online. Oh, the committee's cool with it now?
Got €5, Ty.
YouTube user.
Our pleasure. Happy to be legends.
Oh, he's blocked on stream. Dude, why didn't you tell us you were blocked?
Oh, really?
He said he's blocked. He's.
Oh, no. The countries explaining for us countries blocked on streams. He can't stream the game, so he's turning to us for information.
Oh. Well, see, now I feel like a jerk. I appreciate the hustle, man. Thank you for spending your evening with us here.
Why? It shouldn't be blocked, should it? I don't know what country you're watching from.
Yeah.
It should be on a lot of international broadcasts.
Let me tell you a thing about Dan and I. We've been doing this podcast since 2008. If you need access to a pirated stream, we can figure something out for you, my man.
I'm not good with international, but you should. I don't know. A VPN is probably that's the first step.
That's sort of our jam, and sometimes we prefer it that way.
That's true. Clemson has 0 penalties, according to Steve.
Okay.
All right, so we've got a 4th down for SMU, 4th and 13. By the way, Rhett Lashley appears to have changed shirts from what he was wearing. He's no longer wearing the Ryan Day. No, he's not wearing a sweater. So we've got a field goal attempt.
Is he a sweater?
Oh, is he a sweater?
Yeah.
All right, field goal attempt. It is up. It is good.
Field goal attempt's good, but there is a flag. It's running into the kicker. It looked like it was 4th and 13, so they're going to decline it.
Yeah.
It's going to be 31-24 with a shade under 7 minutes left in this ACC championship game. I appreciate the fact that these games, well, we'll see what happens with the Penn State game on this drive. I appreciate the fact that it doesn't feel like either of them is a runaway train at this point, that we have gotten this far into them, deep into the fourth quarter. Alas, we're still kind of talking through this thing.
All right, Penn State, 7.5 minutes, 2-score game.
Yeah.
Nine of 11 to 3 and 9 to 10 for 11. Dylan Gabriel.
Wow.
So
all right,
low
7.5 left. Penn State's got the ball, their own 25-yard line.
fake sweep. That's a nice escape from Aller. They're not just not getting home. Oregon had a chance. So I believe, Ty, this is a compliment.
Let me see it. I don't have the
Oregon cheerleaders are baddie.
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 Is that a thing? Okay.
I think it's like hot.
All right.
Okay. Bo Prabula goes down. This is when you have to put in your backup quarterback to throw passes for no reason. Or is Aller hurt?
Aller got hurt.
Oh.
Yeah, he went down pretty hard on
he's
that
back.
one. Yeah, he looks
Got
like
some
he's back.
wind knocked out of him. He was shaking his hand.
Yeah, you'll see when he goes down. They're showing a replay here. He kind of went down, and it was like maybe he kind of
wasn't too crazy looking, but maybe
rolled his forearm up a little bit or something.
Gotcha. Well, if he's got a numb arm, then you should play Bo Prabula.
Yeah, exactly. If it's a Colt McCoy situation, right?
Yeah. We'll see, I think, pretty quickly here on 3rd and 16. Coming after him.
First down.
Ooh.
That was a nice catch from Trey Wallace.
I mean, I disagree. I mean, it was a good finish. But he was wide open. And they're going tempo.
They ruled that incomplete.
Trapped it.
That's a catch.
That is a catch. That was a complete pass. That's garbage.
So we're talking about a play to Amari Evans down the left sideline that was clearly a catch.
Yes.
You can see it on the replay. It wasn't clear in real time, but Amari Evans clearly had the ball.
Caught that ball.
Clearly caught the ball, and they didn't stop it. That is questionable at best, Dan. But it is a first down.
There you go.
First down.
It's the universe evened out. Although it takes some time off. Yeah.
A slant on the outside to Trey Wallace. A pass just in the nick of time from Drew Aller. Had a lot of zip on that one.
Wrapped him up nicely. So we got 2nd and 7. Penn State on the Oregon 27. Bring in heat. They can't get to him. West Coast Kevin texted me that Oregon somehow manages to turn sacks into 30-yard runs.
Yeah.
Everybody's Lenora Sellers against tonight's Oregon pass rush.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
All right, tempo again. Thrown to the back of the end zone.
Tyler Warren double covered, but gave it a college try on first down. So it's 2nd and 10. Penn State's going to have the ball here.
Clemson, by the way, 1st and 10 on their own 36. First down run for about 3.
Yeah.
It was just an atrocious start for SMU.
It really was. If not for that start, this is a much different ball game, but alas. So here's what I got, by the way.
Penn State calling that timeout there is kind of...
I know.
You need that.
That's standard issue James Franklin, by the way, in the late game phase here. Here's what I've got. I've been drawing up. I've been drawing up what I think the bracket's going to look like, or what I think the seeding or the final rankings are going to look like. I think your 4 first-round buys are going to be Oregon, provided these results hold.
Right.
Okay?
Clemson wins, Oregon wins.
Clemson wins, Oregon wins. I think you're looking at Oregon 1, Georgia 2, Boise State 3, Arizona State 4.
Can we take a second?
Yeah.
That's friggin' wild.
It's friggin' wild.
Yeah.
Should have been an interception for SMU. I think that's what you're looking at.
Okay.
I think Texas drops from 2 down to 5 because that was a close game. It went to overtime.
Makes sense.
Okay. So they're not essentially punished, but Georgia has to be above them because Georgia beat them.
Of course.
Twice now. Okay.
Well, Georgia won the conference. They're just...
Georgia won the conference. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but
they're going to be seated where they're going to be seated. Yeah.
But there is going to be a playoff ranking is my point.
There's a ranking and a seeding. Yeah.
Right. So they will be ranked above. But the top 4 seeds are going to be Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, Arizona, if all these results hold.
Yes.
I got Texas as the 5 seed hosting a playoff game. I've got Notre Dame as the 6 hosting a playoff game.
Okay.
I've got Penn State as a 7 hosting a playoff game. I've got Ohio State as an 8 hosting a playoff game.
Okay.
Ohio State will be hosting Tennessee. Penn State would be hosting Indiana. Notre Dame would be hosting Clemson, number 11. And then Texas would either be hosting SMU or Alabama, depending on who you want to put in. So my 5 through 12 seeds.
Who's 11?
I've got Clemson at 11.
Clemson 11. Yep.
I've got 5 Texas, 6 Notre Dame, 7 Penn State, 8 Ohio State, 9 Tennessee, 10 Indiana, 11 Clemson, and then 12 SMU or Alabama. Now, there's going to be a question that I think is going to go deep into the night, and we won't know until noon Eastern time tomorrow. Where does the committee come down on this whole Clemson situation, right? If Clemson had its doors blown off by Clemson, or if SMU had its doors blown off by Clemson, that probably makes it an easier call for Alabama. But as such, if they're going to hold true to that, hey, we're not going to punish anybody for their conference championship game, if they lose by 1 score, and if you watch the game, like we've been watching this game here as we've been doing our thing with this Big Ten title game, this has been a pretty good game in the second half. It started off inauspiciously.
Right.
But SMU has definitely found its footing a little bit here, and this is a good game now. And they could drive the field. They could end up tying this thing. So I don't think, based on everything we've heard from the committee, that they're going to punish SMU all that much if they end up losing this type of game. My inclination is to say that SMU gets in, but probably is a 12. And they'd have to be a 12. They would have to be a 12 because you got to put Clemson in front of them. Clemson just beat them. So, and that would mean good things, I guess, for Indiana. Although I don't know if Indiana wants to play Penn State or Ohio State. I'd probably rather play Penn State. I need to try and draw this up real quick so that I can put this on our stream tonight.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why Oregon had to call a timeout there. They just weren't ready. Yeah. Smart. By the way, yes. James Franklin did call a timeout to run a run for nothing with Bo Perbula.
Oh my God, Dan.
All right, where's Tyler Warren?
You need
Up
Tyler
top of your
Warren.
screen.
Yeah. Where's T-Dub?
Broken up.
I mean,
Nico Reed.
you got to go for it, right? You don't even have a choice. So what we're looking at here is 4th and 10. It is getting late early.
All right. Who's on the field? We got Birch and Mateo Uiagalelei on the edge.
Yeah.
See if they can get home. Chipping Birch. Mateo gets home. That's a beautiful play.
What a throw from Drew Aller. So
as he's being tugged down.
Drew Aller is being pulled down. He's got a guy on his back.
The Big Ten sacks leader.
Big Ten sacks leader somehow has the wherewithal to stay up, throw a touchdown, kind of sidearm. Couldn't even really step into it, Dan. That was off his back foot. Sort of whips it like he's a shortstop, turning a double play.
That's a great play.
To Trey Wallace over the middle for a touchdown. It was a 13-play drive for Penn State to get it now within 8 points. It would have been 7 points if not for that boneheaded 2-point conversion earlier in the day.
I'm sure there was some card.
There's no card that says that.
Oregon just has not been able to get home.
No.
They've been doing it all season, especially 4th and 10.
I'm working on this bracket. I can put it up on the screen here momentarily. It may not have our normal design flair, but it will be sufficient to at least illustrate my thinking. I can say if you are looking at this bracket, which I will have in a second, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So let me finish this off here. This game's coming down the wire. I mean, Penn State gets a stop here. They've only got 2 timeouts left because they randomly called a timeout there, but alas.
Mm-hmm. You go Penn State kickoff or onside?
I think you got to kick it deep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you got to kick it deep there.
Yeah.
Kick it deep there and, take your chances. Got to get a stop, though, right? I mean, it's now or never.
Few and far between.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get a stop all damn game, but now's the time you got to get one. So I'm going to upload an overlay here, Dan.
Nothing on first down.
Second and 10, about 3.5 left.
Uninspired. First play.
We'll wait until the 2-minute timeout / warning to flash up this bracket that I just drew up.
And we didn't forget any teams?
We didn't forget any teams this time. Yeah, I looked at the... You can tell me. We can review it as a unit. All right.
Just nothing.
It's going to be 3rd and 9 coming up here.
They are playing a little bit scared, which is not really Oregon's MO.
If you're Penn State, do you burn one of those timeouts on this side of the 2-minute warning? It doesn't look like they're going to.
No. Excuse me. It's a +40 burp.
And you probably don't want to burn one.
All right, Tez in motion.
They're throwing the football.
Deep. Nothing.
Oregon goes deep to the outside. They really haven't done much of that today.
No, they tried back shoulder. Well, not even deep, but intermediate back shoulder. Short.
So we're coming up on the 2-minute warning here. It's 2:16 left. It's going to be 4th and 10, 4th and 9-ish for Oregon.
Evan Stewart didn't really turn for the back shoulder. He just sort of kept going and then just kind of flipped his head.
He just kept going. SMU is driving. There is 1 minute and 22 seconds left, by the way.
I'm watching.
They've got the football. They've got the football at the, 32-yard line? Something of that nature. I think Dan Lanning might be
fair catch controversy here.
Yeah.
I don't think he called.
This is an Iowa situation, Dan, from last year.
The arm went out, but not up. It didn't break the shoulder plane. Is that what we're saying?
I mean, they called that a fair catch on Cooper DeJean, didn't they?
Yeah.
Is that reviewable? Okay. Don't know what the deal is there. So the play in question is it was a punt.
He threw up an arm.
They're debating whether or not he called a fair catch on the play.
Right.
It sort of looked like he did, but instead he caught it and ran for 15 yards-ish.
Right.
And I think they gave it to him. Is that right?
Was it 15 yards? I don't know if it was that
Ish,
much.
somewhere around that. It wasn't like,
Direct snap. Singleton has numbers. 10 yards.
About a 10-yard run for Singleton that takes us down to the 2-minute warning. This one's coming down to the wire. The Clemson SMU game is coming down to the wire. Suffice to say, anyone tuning in for our live stream at midnight, it might have to wait a little bit, Dan.
Yes.
Could be a later than usual night for us, but such is the nature of the beast. While we've got this break in the action, I'm going to flash this up there.
Please.
So this is what I am thinking it looks like if all of these results hold right now. So your top 4 seeds, Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, Arizona State. I've got Texas hosting SMU with the winner playing ASU. By the way, if you're a Texas fan, you're thrilled by that matchup. That is a nice road for you. You get a home game, you get ASU potentially in the next round. Your number 1 seed Oregon Ducks, they get the winner of Ohio State and Tennessee. So possibly a rematch for Oregon. We'll see. Penn State would host Indiana, just the way I have it drawn up here, with the winner playing Georgia. With the way we see Penn State looking tonight, with some uncertainty around Carson Beck, you feel pretty good about that if you're a Penn State fan.
Yes.
I got to say. And then the final corner of the bracket will be Boise getting a bye, Notre Dame hosting Clemson with the right to play Boise. If you're a Notre Dame fan, you're thrilled with that. That would be the ideal matchup that you would want. That game being in South Bend. So you can react to that. You can tell me what you think about that. Of course, it's probably not going to be that. But my thinking is just that if SMU ends up losing close, now they are driving here, 30 seconds left, 2nd and 10 inside the red zone. There's a chance they score here, tie this one, and go to overtime. But I might have to draw this up in another 5 minutes or so, make this different. However, if the result holds right now, this is a close loss. If you're a committee member, I think you're watching this and you're saying this is a pretty close loss for SMU. They did acquit themselves well, despite the fact that it started off in a rocky way. They deserve to be in this playoff. They deserve to shoulder out Alabama. I don't know. We can debate the merits of SMU Alabama if it comes to that, but based on what I'm seeing in this game, that's probably how I would come down on it. The other thing I would add for people out there, so in about 15 minutes or so.
Yes.
15 minutes or so, there's going to be a post that goes live out on our Patreon at verballers.com. For people who aren't familiar, yes, Patreon's a pay thing. There's also a free tier that you can sign up for. If you go to verballers.com, verballers.com, sign up for the free tier. You don't got to pay anything.
Look up at SMU. Look up at SMU.
I'm watching.
First down, inside the
First
5,
and goal.
20
First and
seconds
goal.
left.
Okay.
2nd and 1 for Penn State after that run. 9 yards.
All right. I'll stop my diatribe.
Sorry.
No,
It's
good.
Lots
it's good.
happening. Going deep.
Is that an
Intercepted.
interception?
That's game.
That's an interception.
Woo!
But that looks like a touchdown for SMU, Dan. Was that pass intercepted by Nico Reed?
I don't know. It seemed like it. Let's see.
I mean, he caught it, but did he maintain control throughout?
Let's see.
And was he in bounds? Showing the replay here. That is a interception, and that's going to be the game for Oregon. That was a good finish to this game, Dan.
They both have arms on each. They're both fighting with each other. Both hands on each other.
Normal hand fighting.
Yeah, they both had a fistful of jersey of each other.
Yeah. Here, let me hide this here. We'll talk about that bracket in a bit. So Penn State still got 2 timeouts, I guess. I mean,
do have 2 timeouts.
That was he didn't need to make that throw. I think that was a bad decision by Drew Aller.
By the way, a lot of comments about PI. Again, the receiver had a fistful of jersey and the DB had a fistful of jersey. You can see it.
Yeah. I don't think that's pass interference.
They're not going to call that.
I'm wearing the Penn State gear, okay?
Yeah.
I don't think that's pass interference. That's just good. That's just tight coverage. That's a lot of normal hand fighting. The Clemson SMU game.
Score?
Clemson SMU game.
Actually, how did SMU score?
SMU scored on a touchdown pass from Kevin Jennings to the left side of the end zone. I didn't see who caught it.
There's the extra point.
Number 13. Is that Romello Brown? No.
By the way, if SMU wins this, where are they?
It's Roderick Daniels.
So SMU is the 3?
Yeah. So look, here's where we're at right now. Okay, I'll put this thing back up on the screen and I'll tell you how I would change this. If this holds, I think what ends up happening is, you can't see my mouse as I'm doing this, but if this result holds as they bring the mini pony out in the field for SMU, which is awesome, I think SMU is your 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think Boise is your 4.
It's a Boise-Arizona State conversation. Yeah,
that's right. I think in all likelihood, Arizona State moves into this 11 hole, and I think
Arizona State does if Boise gets the 4.
If Boise gets the 4, I think ASU moves into that 11 spot.
Okay.
I think SMU obviously would be out. Or no, excuse me. Clemson would be out, and Alabama would be in there as the 12. That's my bet.
So who is the conversation then? Alabama or who? Ooh, long Clemson return.
Long Clemson return, yeah.
Might get you one pass and into Hail Mary territory.
I don't think it's an Alabama or who question at that point. I think it becomes an Alabama or Ole Miss question, right?
Or Miami. Miami's not in that.
Miami, but Miami's already out. So I think
Gabriel run slide.
First down for the Oregon Ducks, right?
Wire to wire. 2 Pac-12 champions.
So your final is going to be 45-37 in favor of the Oregon Ducks. It was a good game, Dan. It was a very good game.
Yes.
It was a game highlighted by the fact that Penn State's defense just could not cover the Oregon passing attack. Dillon Gabriel had 283 yards and 4 touchdowns. You can see it on the screen. Tez Johnson, sort of the player of the game. He was open the entire game. The entire game he was open. He had 12 targets. He caught 11 of them. He's got 181 and a touchdown. But he truly, his ability to get open over the middle of the field is what dictated this game. Also, I would add that Penn State never really did get pressure on Dillon Gabriel. I mean, they had 1 sack, but that was it.
Right.
So, where things stand right now, though, we got 3 seconds left. Clemson's got the ball. They called the timeout. Are they going to send their kicker out for an extraordinarily long field goal attempt? It appears they are. It appears they are. Let me flip over to this, if I can.
So we've got Oregon and Arizona State, baby.
Oregon and Arizona State, 2 former Pac-12.
Conference of Champions. No lies told. All right, so you want to watch overtime together?
We should.
Yeah, all right. I'll flip over on my main screen.
We got Nolan Hauser for Clemson. 3 seconds left. Going to attempt about a 50-yard field goal-ish. No, 55-yard field goal. And he got it, Dan. Clemson is your ACC champion.
Wow. I mean, I'm watching up here. I'm watching on 2 screens. How long?
That was an absolute bomb of a field goal.
56 at the gun.
56 at the gun. You could tell he hit it right away. It came out low.
Man, that's Pedro Serrano territory, man.
That is swinging around the marbles at Kamikaze Tanaka back in the dugout. Wow. I think you got to put SMU in, Dan. I think you got to.
So it's an SMU Bama question at 12.
I think it's an SMU Bama question. Here, I'll put it back up. I mean, this is what I just said, right? The results held.
I don't need Bama. I don't like Bama had their shot.
I
put
think
SMU in.
If I'm doing the brackets, that's how I'm doing the brackets.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, let me do my diatribe now. Okay.
So that would be, do your diatribe.
Here's the diatribe. Diatribe is this: Reballers.com. Go and sign up for free. We're not going to spam you. It is our Patreon. There's a pay thing that you can sign up for. You can do that if you want. We're not going to spam you. In 5 minutes time, literally 5 minutes time, there is a link that is going to go live for everybody, the general public, it doesn't matter, to vote in our Verballer Top 12 poll. It goes live in 5 minutes. Now, this is about 12 hours in advance of the actual final rankings that the committee is going to put out. So we wanted to give people a little bit of lead time to get their votes in before having to have the influence of the committee and all that. So 5 minutes time, this will go live. Go to verballers.com, VERBALLERS.com, or patreon.com/solidverbal, whichever nomenclature you prefer. Okay. You will be able to vote in our Verballer Top 12 poll. On top of that, in about 10 minutes time, 10 minutes
something
time,
like that. Yeah.
10 minutes time, we're going to take a bathroom break here. We're going to come back on the stream and we're going to do our normal podcast that we do, our reaction podcast that we do every Saturday night at midnight, reacting to the action that was. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Okay. So everybody listening to this, go on out to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@solidverbal. We'll also put it out there on Twitter as well. Those are the 2 places where we put the reaction special. One of those 2 places you can absolutely watch live if you want to. I'm also going to put this here. Let me get this off the screen. I'm also going to put this up there. Look for that logo wherever you get your podcasts. If you don't get a chance, if you're tired, if you want to go to bed, that's fine. We get it. I'm tired too. You can go out to our audio feed, subscribe on Apple, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Look for that logo, hit follow. It's going to be in your feed about 5 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, our reaction. And then I'm still talking. And then Dan and I are going to reconvene tomorrow at, I set it for 11:45-ish. The committee is going to give their official playoff rankings and the field of 12 at noon Eastern time, thereabouts, on Sunday. Tomorrow.
So are we going to do a live watch along?
We'll
or are
do
we
that.
going to wait for it to come out and then react immediately after?
I think, well, I don't know. We can figure that
you haven't
out.
thought that far in advance. Yeah.
I scheduled it for 11:45. Give us some leeway.
Yeah.
We can figure out how we want to do it. But we'll also be recording our kind of reaction to the Field podcast live out on the YouTube channel, out on Twitter, and putting that out for everybody to listen to as well. So a lot of content yet to come, but we know who our conference champions are now as of 11:52 Eastern time on Saturday evening. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, for playing along with us here. We had a record number of folks across, 5 different platforms watching us. So this has been a lot of fun. We always enjoy doing it. We'll continue doing it as time and as matchups permit, as we get a little bit deeper into the postseason now. But come on back in about 10 minutes. We're going to cut the stream right now, but stop on back. We're going to react to everything across the college football world and try to make sense of this. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. For that guy over there, that's Dan Rubenstein. For myself, Ty Hillenbrand. As always, stay solid.
Peace.